This episode of the Out of Spec podcast was brought to you by Magna. Magna is a leading-edge mobility technology company for automakers, and it supplies automotive systems, assemblies, modules, and components to countless brands you've undoubtedly heard of. GM, Ford, BMW, Mercedes, Volkswagen, and so many more. Magna has been a key player behind the scenes for decades, including pioneering some of the first reverse cameras before you had even heard of the concept. They now look to the future with fully autonomous driving systems, ADAS, and mini electric car components for your EV at home. We'd like to thank our sponsors that make shows like this possible. Hey, welcome back to the Out of Spec podcast. I'm Jordan, and we have Kyle here, and Zach, and Will, and we are going to talk about a lot of things, especially Rivian stuff, because Will has a Rivian. He was probably one of the first ones in the Fort Collins area with a Rivian.
The first.
The first. Excellent. We have the OG Rivian owner in Fort Collins.
No one can ever take that away from him.
Yep.
Oh, I need a bumper sticker now.
Oh, yeah.
Number one.
And then Zach, of course, has the Ioniq 5 that you've seen in many videos on Out of Spec reviews and motoring, and we actually just recently raced to Vegas, so we'll probably talk about that.
Yeah, you get the sneak preview of who won the race to Vegas.
Yeah. By listening to this.
Yeah.
Yep. So you heard it here first, but thanks for listening, and hello, Internet. So let's start right off. First of all, I actually do want to talk about the Rivian, Will. Because we did a previous podcast about the Rivian, because we had one for a week and did a lot with it. I mean,
I actually watched that podcast because it was the day before I was getting mine.
Oh,
and I wanted to know what you guys thought, because I hadn't seen mine, right? I had a reservation in for almost 3.5 years and had seen one from a distance at an event one time.
Yep.
Otherwise, it was showing up in my driveway for the first time after I had paid for it.
Real big leap of faith.
It is. You gotta, I mean, on a new car, I guess, if you're going to be the first one, you got to take that leap of faith. But
so after you heard that podcast, did you have any either reservations or like, oh, wow, I think I really am excited about something specific?
Yeah, did we help or hurt your decision?
It was definitely the oh, wow thing, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect from a brand new manufacturer, right? Is this thing going to show up with rattles and creaks and door things not sealing right, and after you guys did that, I was like, yeah, maybe they're all right.
Yeah.
Right.
And is this your first electric car?
It is. We have a plug-in hybrid Volvo at home.
Okay.
But this is the first fully electric.
So what is that, 10 miles of range on the Volvo?
Yeah, it's about 14. Yeah.
I love how that was a joke, but it's actually about a car.
True. Yeah.
No, we're at 14, man.
Hey, man, it's summertime. The range has gone up. So the wintertime, it's like 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
5.5.
Pretty much. My wife drives it. She takes the daughter to school.
Nice.
That's the end of the electric. You got to get home on gas.
Oh, really? You can only do one way. So the new, you drove the XC40 Recharge we had briefly.
I did.
And would you go full battery electric, or would you go with Volvo's new double stacked range extended, which doubles the range of your XC90?
Good call.
Got to have a backup car with gas, right?
We have a lot of backup trucks in the business that I do. I do forestry and ranching, so we still have an F550 that pulls trailers and everything.
What year is that F550?
2019.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's the 1,000 foot-pound torque one? That's the big dog on the Power Stroke?
It's the one that pulls.
Well, they derate the engines for the big stuff.
Oh, that's true.
But I don't know if they're actually derated or just rated differently.
Mm-hmm. Or the power band comes on.
It's different than the normal 350.
Yeah.
It pulls like a monster, so that's all I know. We pull trailers with it all the time. And
what is it your forestry business does?
So we 2 years ago, coming up on 2 years ago, we had this big Cameron Peak burn fire up here, and our cabin was in that fire actually. And so when that happened, I took the opportunity to retire from the corporate world and go start this forestry business. And so we spend the summer mostly, because the winter's not accessible up there, but we spend the summer just cleaning up burned trees in people's properties so they can rebuild.
That's amazing.
So we do. It's a lot of fun. We get to spend all summer out in the forest and do some cool stuff. Yeah.
Are you putting the Rivian to work out there?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Right. The most exciting part is going from my house up to the fire and back. I did it last summer. I have a Raptor 2014 Raptor, so the big V8.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And it's fun to drive up the canyon, but it cost me last summer. It was costing me $20 to go up and back.
Oh, really?
Every day.
A legitimate $20 run.
And that was last summer, right? This
Yeah.
summer it's probably
It's gonna be
30 or
30
40. Right?
Are you
So,
running? Is that running super?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Got you.
Yeah.
So I tested it with the Rivian the other day. It cost me $4.50 to get up and back.
Woo!
So that's the most exciting part for me because that's way up the canyon. It's 30 some miles up the canyon, but it's all uphill and curves and everything. So the gas mileage is terrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our ranch is up in Wyoming, so that's a long ride too. The Rivian's going to be great going back and forth between them. What's really exciting for me is the towing stuff, right? I can drag stuff with me. I've got to take a skid steer or an implement or something like that with me to go to one of these places. I think I can throw it on the back of the Rivian. You did
Yes.
more towing than I did, but so far the towing I've done gives me pretty good confidence that I can tow those little stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll do more towing with your truck, and I think we should film it, and everyone's going to be
for
interested
sure.
because you're actually using it for work, like as a work truck.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a daily driver, of course, but you're also like putting this thing out, getting it out there, which I think is really interesting. But what if you had the option, because the Rivian's the first electric truck to market,
Right.
would you have gone for an F-150 Lightning or Silverado EV, or what drew you to the Rivian over the arguably more work trucks?
Well, first, for one, I had a reservation for Rivian for the Cybertruck, of course.
Yep.
I actually got 3 in for that because I screwed
Why
up,
not?
pushed the button too many times. And,
It's not real anyway.
yeah. Do a reservation for every configuration
Yeah.
to see which one's going to get here first. They're only
Smart.
$100 a piece, so why
Yeah.
not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
refundable.
Yeah, so I had those two. I had a reservation in for the Bollinger. We see how that one worked out. And then I had a reservation in for the Lightning as well. And they called me and they said, okay, it's time to go get your deposit done and everything for the F-150. And I said, okay, great. They said, here's your dealer number. I hung up the phone.
Yeah.
There is no way I'm working with Ford's dealer network. And I'm a huge Ford guy. Don't get
Yeah,
me wrong.
your trucks are
I have
Ford.
8 trucks now. 6 of them are Fords. All the way back to Grandpa's '68 Ford that we still have. I love the Ford truck. I hate the Ford dealer network. It's just a miserable experience, especially our one here local. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna name
well,
names,
I've only
but
heard
they're
horror stories about our local dealer.
yeah, it's a miserable, broken model.
Yeah.
And so as soon as Ford called me and said, okay, time to contact your dealer guy, here it is. And, the Ford deposit was, what, $1,000 or something for the Lightning?
Yeah,
I
something
think?
like that, yeah.
Yeah, the dealer wanted 10 for a deposit.
They wanted 10
10
over.
grand.
Just 10 grand for the deposit.
Oh, to like get your truck
yeah,
locked
they
in.
wouldn't tell me what the price was.
Really?
Right, Rivian told me the price.
Well, because that's
right up
direct.
front.
That's the way it should
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
It's, hey, you ordered this
Yeah.
thing 3 years ago at this price. Here's what you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, so the Ford guys wanted me to put 10,000 down and not ever tell me what the price is going to be.
Wow.
So I
Did you just
said
hang
no
up,
thanks.
or did you say
unfortunate.
okay?
I said I'm not going to work with your dealer network. If you go direct, I'll do it.
Yeah, and they can't.
And
Yeah,
they
they
can't
can't do that.
They can't
Yeah.
legally yet. So
It's a broken system. I worked at an automotive company for like 5 years, and I visited thousands of dealers across the country, or mainly in the South, all in the South actually. But every one of them is just like, every once in a while you walk into a legit guy who does a really good job of what he does. He's proud of what he does, and that's mainly the used car guys. Those guys, they got heart and soul, mom and pop shops a lot of the time. But the franchises,
well, the difference in the used car market is that it's still capitalistic, right? There's still competitors. We can walk from here within 10 minutes and be at 5 different used car lots,
Yeah. Yep.
right? From here, we got to drive 10 minutes to get to one Ford lot, and he's got the territory locked down.
That's right.
Nobody
That's right.
else can be in the territory. And by that way, that one dealer also owns the one that's 60 miles that way, that's
Yep.
60 miles that way,
Yep.
that's 60 miles that way.
It's a
So-
whole network. They
Yeah,
gotta-
so there's no incentive for them to compete, to do better business. They could care less.
Well, everything's changed in the automotive space with car buying. No longer does the buyer have the leverage; the dealer has all the leverage.
Right.
Especially with all the shortages. I mean,
Yes.
we're seeing people like Zach here get absolutely bent over and
Reamed.
just reamed by these guys.
$5,000 plus an
This is a
extended
5K over
warranty.
sticker kind of guy right
Yeah,
here.
this is. I traded a $20,000 car in for a car that was supposed to be $50,000.
That turned into 60 real quick.
Yeah, and I ended up financing 45.
Yeah. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, but it still sucked.
But you're not
because
upside down.
I'm not upside down, which is good. But yeah, it's gone are the days where you can walk into a dealer and want money off a car, right? I remember not very long, 2 years ago, You can walk into a dealer, get 10 G's off a Chevy Bolt all day long. And now, it's completely different. Everything's different. And you don't have any leverage. Go drive by any dealer lot and see how empty it is. And all those guys are just loving it because they're capitalizing on it. But the dealers themselves, I feel like they're not doing that great because they're not selling as many cars. They're not hitting their bonuses because all these guys have stair steps with the manufacturer. So you sell so many cars, then you get to the next level, and then you get more money.
Right.
Yep.
But they're not hitting those stair steps anymore because they're not hitting those. Now they're juicing up the prices. So the guys who I think right now are laughing all the way to the bank are the big used car lots. The guys in South Florida who can buy the cars right.
Yep.
Yeah. There's one dealer down there in particular who I used to work with, and all they did was buy cars that were as close to totaled as humanly possible, but they didn't have branded titles. So they would fix them all up, put them on the lot, and you're like, man, how's this guy selling this Tesla for $5,000 lower than everyone else in the country, and it's got a clean title?
Yep.
Well, guess what he's doing. But those are the kinds of guys. What do they always say? There's a butt for every seat. Those guys are laughing all the way to the bank right now because they finally sold that seat.
So if a used F-150 Lightning came up, would you go for that private party so you don't have to deal with the dealer network?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely
So
would
we
look at
should
it.
buy one, raise
then
it,
sell it to 'em.
50 G's.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on
never
how
do
much you're going to pay me for my Rivian.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
trade
this is
you.
an interesting conversation. Rivian, we've been talking to them. We're trying to figure out a way to get a truck.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have one soon.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be really sweet.
But you're liking yours. No regrets.
Loving it so far. Yeah, it's been a great truck.
Do you charge it mainly at home?
I do. I took it out to do public charging because with the Volvo, we never did public charging because like we were talking about earlier, right? To charge it for 14 miles, you can barely get to the next charging station.
Right.
So
That would suck.
Yeah. It was kind of pointless. We tried it a couple times at the mall and stuff like that with the Volvo, and it wasn't worth it. But with the Rivian, I did charge it on public networks just so I could experience them.
Yeah.
And then I realized how much I was paying. Right? I was paying 3x what I was paying at home.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why not? I mean, I plug my phone in every night at home. Why can't I plug my truck in every night at home? It's not
Do you
that
have
hard.
like a level 2 installed at your house?
We do because we had that Volvo. So
Nice.
I just keep stealing my wife's plug.
Do you know what kind of output it's putting out? The level 2?
8 kilowatts.
That's not too
that's
bad.
pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
It
I
does
think I
pretty
have
well.
10 at home. The office is 6, so you're right
Yeah.
there. I mean,
Yeah.
you start every day at 70%.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, and the
Easily.
truck, I like that it recommends a 70% limit. That's like healthy for the battery. So
That's
many
nice.
EV automakers are like, juice that thing to 100% every day. And
Yeah,
I'm
my
like,
dad's Chevy Bolt has no limiter. You
Yeah.
can just send it all the way till it burns.
Yeah, but that's okay. They replaced all the early batteries, and they all burned. So, so you do send it till they burn.
Yeah, well, he had a 2017, and Chevy bought it back because of the battery thing. And then they said, well, we're going to buy
So
the...
he was lucky. He got a buyback.
He got a
'Cause
buyback
They
early.
denied like the later buybacks.
Yeah. So he got a buyback, but Chevy said the only way we're going to buy your car back is if you buy another Chevy Bolt, a brand new one. So my dad was like, well, this one's got 50,000 miles on it, and they gave him way more than what it was worth.
Sure.
So he went to the dealership and got another Chevy Bolt. He bought a 2020 Bolt not long, maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
For, this is no joke, a fully loaded for 27 grand from a dealer.
What?
From a dealer, brand
It's like
new.
a 40-something thousand car.
Yeah, they gave him so much off because the redesign was just about to come out.
Right.
And so they were like, hey, we got to get rid of these last
The
remaining
uglier
units.
redesign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Did you see the Chevy dealer here in town has like 7
Yeah,
Bolt EUVs all
lined up now.
Yeah. I went and drove through there and looked at it. I was like, oh, I bet they're discounting these hard.
55
Yep.
kilowatt charging. How could you live with that?
And they're all priced at like $43,000.
It's crazy.
And I went home and looked them up because my curiosity got the best of me. No Super Cruise on any of them. So you're
Oh,
paying
so
that-
they're all base ones.
Yeah, they're all base ones.
What? That's the
Wow.
only reason to get the EUV is to
That would
get
be
the
only
Premier.
reason is a Super Cruise. I would want that. I could almost live with 55 kilo if I don't know.
You road trip a lot
I do road trip a lot. I already
Yeah.
have 7,000 miles on my Hyundai.
in like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I've made one payment so far.
Yeah. Ripping it. I mean,
Yeah.
well, we just drove that Hyundai. Why do you say Hyundai, by the way? You know the correct way is Hyundai, like Monday.
I'm so sorry. It's Hyundai.
It's Hyundai.
Hyundai. Hey, man, that's how we say it here.
Here in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Colorado.
I think
1
it was-
mile from God's
I
country.
think I was like 15 or 20 when my mom realized Hyundai and Honda are not the same.
Hey, those H's can be confusing.
She's like, how many do they need?
But we just drove them to Vegas.
That's
You
right.
want
We
to talk
did
about that?
We did a race, and let's just say you had to be first or second to sit at this table right here.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. We won't tell
Or
you
not
who.
participate.
Yeah, or stay home.
Yeah, or didn't get the phone call, right?
Right.
We saw another Rivian.
I
that was
wanted
cool.
Will to come actually, but I didn't want to bug him.
Yeah, I'm not a Vegas fan.
Yeah.
It's not that
We
great.
sat poolside for a
Yeah,
day.
we literally. I was like, I want to go down the strip and drive down there. I never did.
Yeah.
I never got anywhere. But
Yeah.
no, it was a fun trip.
So what cars we had? You want to explain how this all
Yeah,
worked out?
so
It was
we-
Zach's idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach, you explain it. This is your whole situation here.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you all how this started. We were sitting right here in these chairs saying, and I was joking to Kyle. I said, man, we should do a race to Vegas sometime. And we'll just grab whatever electric cars we can get and race down there. But I follow the speed limit, unlike Kyle.
I drive
allegedly,
so slow.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I always go the speed limit. So I said we can only go 5 over. So it's not a test of how far you're willing to push yourself. It's a test of how efficient is your car, how efficient is your driving habits, also how fast. And what we found out on the trip is it's all about speed. And we raced a
Charging speed.
We raced a what's the new generation called? What is it's not a millennial. What's after millennials? What are those?
Gen X.
Gen X.
Gen Z.
Gen
Z. So we raised some Gen Z kids who are TikTokers.
Yeah, they TikTok too.
At
Huge
Tesla
TikTok.
Flex. At Tesla Flex.
What's
Yeah.
the other guys?
I
don't know
can't,
his
he's not an automotive ticker.
Yeah,
talker. So,
But they both have like over 4 million
yeah,
subscribers.
they have a ton of
They're
subscribers.
friends of ours here in town.
Yeah, really nice kids. Actually, I spent a lot of time with them. They're really cool guys. So it was a Model X, brand new 2022, long range
yeah.
all-wheel drive. Beautiful car with a purple wrap
Yep.
on it, like purple blue,
Yeah.
color changing chameleon air wrap. It's pretty rad. And then there was a Model 3 long range Drews from Martian Wheels, super nice car, brand new, only 100 miles on it. I think
168 when I picked it up.
yeah,
in Denver,
168. We also raced my Ioniq 5 Hyundai. Am I saying that right?
No.
No, it's still wrong. Hyundai. And then
Zach will never get it.
and then a Mustang Mach-E.
Mache.
A Mache, and then the Porsche Taycan.
And it was the dual motor long range Mach-E.
Yep.
And the Taycan was the Crosstraiser 4, so also dual motor.
On aero wheels, baby.
on aero wheels.
So it's more of for me, this was more of a test of the supercharger network versus public CCS. And I think we only used Electrify America.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
EA versus supercharger network.
Yep.
And EA won.
EA won.
In 2 cases.
Yeah.
By a
Top
lot.
2. Yeah, we
So I
smoked
saw a
them.
number the other day of number of EA station or number of general stations versus superchargers, and it was drastically different.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
I
true?
bet they're calculating low power general stations.
Yeah.
that
yeah.
could be.
I have the times though. So we left at what 5:30 prompt.
It was like 5:40.
It was a 5:30
It was a
-ish.
Kyle-ish.
Yeah.
late
No, I think it,
Yeah, this
I
was
think-
an out of spec start.
I think it was 5:35. But regardless, we all left at the exact same time.
Yes.
And we arrived in, this is now West Coast time, Taycan 5:18 p.m.
Well, before that, we were driving down the highway. You'll see it in the video, and we are like neck and neck the whole time, but we
Yeah.
can't pass each other because we're limited to 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. So this really became a challenge of managing your charging curve, but also your heat level in the battery pack. For example, you don't have battery preconditioning,
No, God, the first charge.
and you really screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
We cold soaked and we didn't go as far as we could have. Although I think we did
We could
what
have
the
done
normal
it, dude.
person would have done.
But it's
Yeah.
still not a justifiable reason.
No,
That is a justifiable reason.
Because
We
I
did-
would do what no normal person would do.
Yeah.
That's
we-
you.
Yeah, and I was you were racing me. Wouldn't you want to win?
Yeah, so Jordan and I were in the car. Jordan and I were team win, and Kyle and Alyssa were in the Porsche for their team. And y'all weren't doing climate, right? Y'all had everything off.
Well, for the first little bit, and then I was starting to get yelled at. My feet are cold. I'm gonna get my blanket. And so then we said, okay, we're going to win this thing anyway. So we went max climate.
we were team comfort. We didn't sacrifice anything. Climate was on.
It was only we had climate off for like an hour out of the whole
yeah,
trip. for
and I had it
something.
pegged at like 75, but we stopped. Me and Jordan messed up and listened to a better route planner and stopped at the what charger was that
It
did
was
us
Frisco.
in? Frisco.
Yeah,
and
so
Kyle
just-
pushed on.
I went to Glenwood Springs,
Yep.
which was pretty much my full charge. Drew also went from here to Glenwood Springs, and obviously we're going pretty much the same speed. We pulled off the exit at the same time. He had to stop because Timon actually drove his car. Drew intercepted, and they did like an F1 style change. But Timon like stopped off the exit ramp like a quarter mile in front of Drew.
Oh no.
He didn't like pull over and brake. I don't know if Timon was using his brain or not, but like they had to like walk all the way up to the car. And Alyssa and I had to stop because we needed to get a video thumbnail for that video going up when we were on the race.
Day,
and it was with the Taycan. So we pulled over the side of the road. Big thumbnail. Lost some time.
We saw you pull over. We were like, "Oh God, what happened?"
Yeah.
Well, my plan was like we were doing 75 right, and she was so pissed, but it was just like full ABS, throw it into park, out, get the thumbnail. She jumped in because I was going to do our Inside EVs podcast, and then she was just like launch control back on the highway to 75. But it was funny because every time the speed limit would go from like 60 to 75 or to 70, we were going 5 over. We would go wide open throttle for a short little bit to gain every last inch.
Wow.
And so you'd see Drew and Alyssa basically very aggressively ripping through traffic but not accelerating. So we'd like get over in front of a car. We're like that close to bumpers, absolutely, maximizing.
We
but
weren't
not
that
putting
serious.
the foot down.
Yeah, we
We were not that serious.
You need to have a competitive spirit. We were rolling up into charging stations like, and we're out. She's halfway out of the car while we're getting it plugged in. Chargers are activated.
That was us in the second half. Once
Yeah.
we started
Once we hit our
realizing,
groove.
Once you realized what
Because-
a road trip race means.
we all started neck and neck, and so it was like it could be anybody's game. And then we started realizing, basically the first charging stop shows you some of the separation, and so we stopped with the Mustang at Frisco.
Why'd they stop there, by the way?
No idea.
That was so dumb.
I think bathroom break. They had 45%.
They could have made. That's the thing. The Mustang had the chance because it had the big range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was the only time they were to
did
be
not
100%.
have the tank range.
Yeah, they just.
But that's why you carry water bottles and a shiwi.
Yeah.
You know what a
So-
shiwi is?
Is that the little nozzle
It goes
thing?
on the outside and it gives you a nozzle like a man has. Yes. There would be no stopping in our car.
On the way back, I had some extra one. I was by myself on the way back. Jordan and Kyle stayed in Vegas. And on the way back, I had a empty 1 gallon thing. And I brought a fancy jacket because I had no idea what to expect. So next time I will not bring any fancy
We don't
clothes
do
where
anything
I go.
fancy.
So I have my jacket up in one window and my dress shirt up on the other window. So it was like curtains. And I relieved myself in the back of the car into the water bottle.
The value of that car,
Yeah.
depending on who you are, just went way up or way down.
Way up. There's stars blood or stars bathrooms in the back.
Oh my God, I never want to get in that car again. Why wouldn't you just pee on the side of the road?
I was at the charging stop. I didn't want to waste
cares?
time. Oh, dudes. But so what was the times, Jordan? What were the times?
Yeah. So Taycan 518,
What,
Ioniq 5.
what does that equate to hours, though?
Oh, that's almost 13 hours, just under 13 hours for the
Because we
Taycan.
lost 1 hour.
Under to Vegas. That's 800 something miles. Going the speed limit.
Yep.
Thing charges 270 kilowatts.
Yeah.
It rips at the charger.
We didn't charge less than 206. That was our lowest.
Yeah. So we cold soaked in Frisco and then kept going, and it was like.
By the way, our average charging time was 14 minutes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 26 minutes at Frisco, and we plugged in it.
That's garbage, though. You should have just plugged in just enough to make it to Glenwood
It
Springs.
was so stupid. So
Yeah,
stupid.
now you know next time.
Yeah,
Don't
and then
pull
our
this
next-
out.
I'm ready for
mistake-
the rematch next time.
Our
for
next
sure.
mistake was the very next charger, which was Grain Junction.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh,
Zach's
my
like,
God.
I know the charger we're gonna skip, and I'm like, that's not a good move. And I didn't say anything because I'm like,
Yeah, Grand Junction charger can. Oh my! I hate that charger.
Yeah.
Like I didn't listen to anyone. Kyle was like, "Dude, do not stop there." I'm telling you. Like we were sitting in this office at 5 whatever in the morning. He's like, "Yeah, that's your decision. I mean, if you want to stop there, I just know it's God's like it's like hell on earth to get there. Like
that is the worst
It
charging
is
stop on
awful.
all of across the country is Grand Junction because it's like 6 miles off the highway.
I timed it. It took us like 13 minutes when we exited.
Oh my God!
To
Yeah,
get
because
to
you got
the
to go
charger.
through the city, and you're
Yep.
like turning left, turning
Traffic.
right.
We park, we charge, we go into Sam's. We yelled at by Sam's employees because we went in the wrong door. It's just a mess.
was a whole
I
mess.
just wanted to erase that entire experience off my brain.
So what was our time?
But you got 3 cases of toilet paper while you're there, right? So it's all good.
Hey, I
Went
love
to good
Sam's
use
Club.
in the back of the Ioniq 5, apparently.
we arrived in Vegas just under 30 minutes later, so 5:45. And then the Model X just behind us.
And by the
10
way,
minutes.
we got stuck exiting the highway for a good 20 minutes.
Yep. So Taycan,
Just in traffic.
Taycan won, but me and Zach went from last place after
to second.
we
baby.
left Frisco in dead last, and then we got all the way up to second, and we started getting really intense at our charging stops because we started realizing Model X and Model 3 weren't far off of us. They were
Well,
ahead
they
of
had
us.
terrible charging.
Yeah, they had charging issues.
Yeah, that's the Tesla
couple-
network's problem.
Couple spots.
Well, it's an interesting challenge because once you finish the times, we'll talk about it. But it's really a showcase where public charging can be better than Tesla superchargers.
Yeah. So Model X came 10 minutes after us, 5:55. Then Model 3 about 25 minutes after them, and then a full hour and a half after the Taycan Mach-E arrived.
Yeah, what on earth were they doing?
So CCS did come in first and last, but it's interesting, like Kyle said, because this specific route is a mix of V2 and V3 superchargers,
And not
some
even
early
just-
V2s.
Yeah,
right?
early V2s that are 120, 125 kilowatt capped.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So not the best, not the showcase for Tesla's charging network. Because if we do, which we should do another race at some point, a route where it's all V3s, because that would be.
But then again, we're cherry picking, right? This is a route that we just live here. Like we
Yeah.
didn't go out of our
That's
way
a,
to
that's
find.
a pretty common route.
Yeah.
This is
Right?
a great-
People are going to go to Vegas.
Yeah, from here
On
to
a whim,
Vegas all
yeah.
the time.
We should
Yeah.
do the Texas route. There's some big
I mean,
stretches in there.
that's a range route, right
Yeah,
there.
there's
That's a Zach.
There's
Pace
some
route
man
right there.
stretches in there, dude.
beautiful scenery for half of it.
Yeah,
The rest of it, you're looking at your calculator the whole way.
yeah, exactly.
So Jordan, we came in at what, like 13 hours then?
We were 13 hours and 5 minutes or so.
So on the way back, I timed myself just to like out of
and
curiosity.
you gained elevation.
And I gained elevation. I did it in 13 hours and 48 minutes.
Nice.
And that was like but that was from my lessons learned. And then just one big thing that me and Jordan learned with the Hyundais, is you got to warm up the battery. It didn't like that's what
You
killed
should
us.
have known that before you
I
left. This is
know.
Jordan. He's done the EV6 road trips. He should watch our videos on the battery Ionic 5 curve. We made a whole video on
I did
cold
say-
state.
I did say
it was in a
yo-yo it.
warm garage all night, so I was like, it's probably fine.
No, it'll cool down on the drive.
It did.
Yeah.
And so after that, we started yo-yoing it whenever we were about to exit. We would just accelerate, decelerate, while still not breaking the speed limit. Just accelerate.
Yeah.
Like I think I got down to like 10 miles an hour on the highway on a 75 and then floored it trying to like really heat this thing up.
That's the way to do it.
But then when we pulled in, we started pulling like 230 right off the bat. And
Yep.
then we were getting in and out of there in like 12, 13 minutes and then hitting the
The
road.
thing's a charging
Yeah.
monster when you get the temperatures
And it was
right.
the cheapest car on the trip, too.
Yep.
Like,
I
that's
mean, it's
another
half
thing.
the price of the Taycan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, which is very impressive. And all of its charging issues can be fixed with software.
Exactly. Yeah. And like the only things like, so on the trip, Green River Coffee had like 2 working chargers.
Yeah.
And that was the one I was like, oh, I'm going to skip that one on the way there.
You can't skip Green River.
But you can't.
That's like it's unskippable.
You know that
they
place is
only
for
have
sale?
2 working chargers. Well, so I wanted to talk about that too.
Yeah.
We out of spec should buy Green River Coffee Co.
Dude, so check this out. Me and my wife have been talking about this, like for
really?
reals. We've been talking about this.
You want to
And
go halvesies?
depending on what the price is.
Yeah,
that's a
we should
distinct
look
possibility.
because then I love this because EA would be attached to our business and they couldn't do anything about it.
yeah.
Loves us.
And EA is our biggest fans, as we all know.
and here's what we do. We figure out a way to convert that coffee shop into self-service only. Vending machines.
Hell yeah.
Bathroom that's clean. And we make some, because I feel like coffee at a charging stop, I don't know. Like to me, I didn't want to buy anything in there.
Yeah.
It was creepy. It was dark. Like
The lady's nice.
The lady's nice. Nothing against them by no means.
but like it's not a very welcoming. We'd make it
Yeah.
modern.
Yeah. I would make it with no workers. So
Yep.
if it's like imagine a rest stop, but for EA chargers.
I would only do it if we could have an automatic dumpling machine like they have in Japan.
Oh, and I would still wear shirts that just says Green River out of spec.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Out
Great
of spec,
coffee.
the best charging stop in the world.
Does EA pay them to have the
Yes.
chargers there?
Yes.
So there's like a monthly fee from EA
Yeah.
to have the chargers there.
Imagine if we charge EA. Well, we're the new owners. You got to rip it out, or you got to pay us like $5,000 a month.
Or
that
just
pays for
fix
our
it.
mortgage.
Or just fix it.
Yeah.
So if you're from the Green River Coffee Company and you're interested in selling your property, please reach out to me.
I would be totally open to that idea, and I would love to be. I mean, Green River's nice because it's kind of the gateway to Moab.
Yeah.
Because think about the people who are going to be going out there with their electric car. I think with electric.
Well, I saw Rivian out there. I mean,
I was charging with the Rivian at one of the chargers in Utah.
Oh,
a
yeah.
white one with the Rivian 10 on the back.
Oh, really? Was
Yeah.
it our truck?
No. It was
sure?
it was not a tester. It was definitely a lady, and I started filming her. The truck.
Yeah.
I didn't ask. I just started filming it as I was
Yeah.
leaving, and she's like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and she's like, "Please don't film." I was like, "Oh, Jesus."
Maybe it is our testing.
Maybe she gets that a lot because people love the truck so much. But yeah, she was definitely not happy to be filmed.
I would say,
That's a-
sorry, public place, filming.
that also happened to me on.
That's one of the big drawbacks of owning a Rivian.
Yeah, you get a lot of attention, right?
Yeah. You gotta leave an hour early for any stop because you're
Yeah.
gonna end up talking to somebody. On
That's
the way.
like Kyle at a Charger.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to get that. I go to a Charger, and they recognize the car.
Yeah.
And it's like another Ionic owner or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like that happened to me with my wife. Like this guy passed the Charger, saw the car there, saw me, pulled in. He said he didn't even have to charge. He just wanted to talk. And he's like, I saw your
Nice.
videos. I think Kyle's a god. Like this guy is just like an EV. I
Meanwhile,
love
when
this guy.
they meet me, it's such a disappointment.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's definitely, and people love to talk about it. But I think that's just anything with it's so new.
It's happened to my dad too. My dad, we just heard about. He took an Ioniq 5.
Oh, your dad loves it though.
Yeah, my dad. If you ever see my dad at a Charger, just say hi. It makes his entire day when people come up and say hi to
Your
him.
dad's great. I think a lot of us spent time on the phone with your dad on this.
Yeah,
road
we
trip.
spent like 45 minutes with your dad.
Yeah, because he was on an EV road trip,
Yeah.
and we got nothing else to do. All right, finish up telling the time. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that was it.
was it.
Maki
Oh,
came
okay.
in
Dead
an
last.
hour
But
and
so
33
it was
minutes
basically
later,
the order was Taycan, Ioniq 5, Model X, Model 3.
Maki.
Maki.
Yep. And it was really close. I mean, totally dependent on the charging stop.
All
And when you stop,
knowledgeable EV owners, not bullshit. You don't
Yeah.
know anything about how to
yeah,
charge.
no, these are all like actual EV.
The Mustang
owners.
crew are like, you know, they
They're
know
the
what they're doing.
authority on Mach-E.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
are the-
optimize very well.
Yeah, I
But
think
they also knew that, which is cool.
Yeah, but like I wish maybe next time they will get with the program. I
More
love
aggressive.
them more
What
than
was the
anything.
span
They're
of
so
time
nice.
from the first to the last?
1 hour and 33 minutes.
So
So what we need to brainstorm
10%
is where
plus
else.
10.
I think the next one is like Race to the Coast, or something along those lines.
I think we need to start in New York and end in Miami next.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Because
That'd be
there's
cool.
version 3 superchargers and 350 kilowatt units the whole way.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But actually, next race is a hydrogen against an electric car happening next weekend.
That'll be interesting.
My money's going to be on. I'm going to go wild card with the hydrogen.
Okay.
No, who's driving the hydrogen car though?
I'm going to drive the hydrogen car.
and
I've
you're doing
never-
it.
That's where
And
I'm
you're
gonna
doing it in
stop.
California, right? So
Yeah.
refueling is not potentially going to be less of an issue there.
Well,
If you
I
did
know-
the Fort Collins to Las Vegas in a hydrogen car, you wouldn't make it.
No, you couldn't do that. But our
Right.
friend Zach, who's coming on this podcast, I think the episode after this one or before this one.
I think 2 after this one.
Okay. Anyway, Zach Klapman from the Smoking
Oh,
Tire.
after this one. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
He road tripped a Nexo. And I saw some Instagram posts from Zach where the station ran out of hydrogen and he had to stay overnight, like in the parking lot.
Oh God.
Because they didn't refill. Like you can't just plug it in a wall. It's
Yeah.
got like a 1 kilowatt hour battery pack. There's no wall plug. It's just you just once the station's out, you're done, and there's nothing else. Like no other options. At least with an EV, you
Yeah.
can go to a level 2 or plug into a wall plug or something. Yeah. So
That'll be interesting.
I mean, infrastructure is the problem with EVs and hydrogen cars. The cars are good. I've never driven a hydrogen car. I'm going to do a whole review of the Mirai.
So being a Colorado guy, born and raised,
Yep.
I'll say infrastructure is also a problem with gas vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
I go up to our cabin. There's no gas station for 50 miles.
So
Oh, wow.
how do you? What happens if you run the Volvo out of gas, but you still have electric,
From the cabin,
or from anywhere?
we're good from the cabin because it's all downhill.
It's downhill, so you can charge up the battery.
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah, but I'm curious what the car would do. I've never run a plug-in hybrid out of gas. Can you still drive on electric?
I don't know.
We should try that.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
test.
Yeah.
Before you sell it, before we burn out the fuel pumps in that thing.
I'll ask my wife tonight when I get home if we can borrow her.
Yeah, we'll
her
just bring a
XC90.
can of. I mean, that's easy. You just bring a jerry can. It would be
Yeah.
so. I would love to know what. I've never tried that.
I've got a jerry can
So
and a
to
siphon.
run out of gas, though, you usually have to run out of electric first because it will.
Not if you're in power mode.
We
So
could
you
do
can put
that
it in
way, yeah.
hold.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we drive it in charge or hold, run it
Right.
till the combustion engine runs out.
Okay,
and
there you
then
go.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Should have done that with
Okay.
the Escape.
Should have done that with the Escape.
Yeah, that's the new PHEV test.
New
Yeah.
PHEV
Can
test.
Can
Add it
it
to the
save
list.
you?
How many
What-
PHEVs are still being made?
A lot and
A lot,
increasing
yeah.
number.
Really?
Toyota's
Yeah.
all over it, right? That's their strategy. Is
The Prime.
Yeah,
The
they're,
RAV4
they're
Prime.
behind. They're behind on electrification, but the like RAV4 Prime, they
Prius
literally
Prime.
can't make enough of them. Prius
Yeah.
Prime is solid.
But the Biz 4X, however you say it,
Yeah.
BZ4X, I don't know, stupid name.
Yeah,
Seems like a really interesting car. So I'm really looking forward to driving that.
yeah. I think that'll be interesting.
We missed the launch. Apparently, we were supposed to be there.
Uh-oh.
I thought we weren't invited. Apparently, we were because we were having lunch with Brenda, and she's like, "How was California?" I'm like, "We didn't go." She's like, "Why? You were supposed to be there." I'm like, "No one ever really said anything to us."
Oops, it's all right.
I'm also bad with planning.
I'll take over
It-
emails. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean that's
I'll
really.
take over emails.
it's probably a good idea.
I was just like, "Oh, Toyota hates us."
Yeah.
Anyway,
no,
that's okay.
but-
We'll do interesting coverage. No one's done a range test or charging test or anything like
Yeah,
that.
we got
I
to do
don't
our
think.
usual things.
Yeah.
And I mean, infrastructure is interesting. So we unfortunately stopped at Grand Junction, but it was interesting because we saw a cyber orange Mustang Mach-E performance.
Whoa.
Oh,
Stunning.
yeah. It was beautiful.
Parked at Sam's because
That's a gorgeous car.
Yeah.
gorgeous. Owner with his dog on his third day of his road trip from Seattle to Denver.
What?
3 days.
And of
So
course,
dude, that's a one-day trip.
well, he's probably taking his time, but he also was like very like bummed because he went way out of his way to go to Grand Junction because
Well, yeah, he should have gone on I-80.
he couldn't.
Yeah, there's no charges.
Yeah.
Although Gillette, Wyoming just opened up today.
Ooh,
The Electrify America?
Yep, just opened up today.
So
good
what?
to know.
What
How far
else-
is that?
I
what
don't
else
know. How
needs
far
to
is
be-
Gillette from here? Can the Rivian make it? Let's go be the first ones to plug into it.
Let's
try it.
first,
Yeah.
first trip
What are
across.
we doing tonight?
Oh, it's an ABB unit in Gillette, and it's 4 hours, 16 minutes. So it's north of.
Wow, look at that one charger in Wyoming.
Yeah, there's not there are chargers all over in Wyoming. There's not public infrastructure.
Hey, and look, one of them's already down.
Or not done yet.
Really?
Yeah, it says available, and then the fourth one's unavailable.
Unavailable, and it doesn't say in use.
Yeah, it doesn't say in use.
Ooh.
And
That's EA. We put in a brand new station, only 3 or 4
no
work.
Chatamo.
Yeah, so no Chatamo in most new stations now. Chatamo's dead.
That's appropriate.
Yeah, so you would need what? Rock Springs and Rollins or something along that
Yeah,
way?
Rock Springs. Honestly, Laramie, Rock Springs, Rollins.
Well, there's a
Laramie
lot more.
doesn't have a charger.
Laramie doesn't, but we just stop at the ranch.
Tesla has a Tesla charger.
Yep.
but not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been at every Tesla charger in Wyoming.
Yeah. we'll have one at the ranch if you can find us.
Yeah,
If you
that's
can
all
find
right.
us.
I'll get there with.
I
my
pay
Rivians.
Google to black it out on Google Maps.
We got to do some weird stuff at the ranch. We got to build an off-road park.
Oh, I mean,
Electric
How
dirt
far
bike
is that?
testing.
from here.
Yeah.
40 minutes.
40 minutes?
It's just right up 287. It literally turn out here, turn right.
Say
Right?
what?
Don't give everybody the address.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, it's
Don't show up there.
it's in Trinidad actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Trinidad, Colorado.
Why does Trinidad just sound like this Middle Eastern war zone?
I like Trinidad.
What?
I really
it's
like
a cool
Trinidad.
place. Yeah.
I've never
It's a
been
very
there.
cool place.
Yeah.
Only
I've
to the Starbucks in the grocery store. If they don't have a standalone Starbucks, I can't live there.
I've spent a night in Trinidad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why?
And you survived? No, I've actually stayed at Trinidad across from the Chargers. There's like a little hotel there. From
Yeah.
the Tesla Chargers.
Yeah, we stayed. Me and my wife stayed the night there when we drove up. We didn't want to stop in Amarillo.
Because you're a
We went-
romantic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted
It's
to go
real
to
nice.
Trinidad,
It was
yeah.
his anniversary yesterday. Happy
Yeah.
Let's go to
anniversary.
Trinidad.
That's
No,
right.
I don't
7
mean the
years.
island Trinidad. I mean Colorado.
Trinidad, Colorado.
Yeah.
But you can buy property down there very reasonable. Like
Well,
Trinidad,
there's a reason.
it's a nice area. I could live in Trinidad
I
for
could
sure.
buy property outside Amarillo. It's fine.
Because heck, the drive from Trinidad to Texas, that's a one-dayer. That's no problem, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a brutal drive.
Oh, it is. But the we stopped there because we want to stop in Amarillo.
You know what I really like is Phoenix. Is that weird? It's so hot, but I kind of like Phoenix.
Huge airport. That's the only thing I've been to.
I was in
As I say, I've flown through it. I'd wanna stay
Paradise
there.
Valley or Pleasant Valley or something like that. It's like where all the rich people live. There's gorgeous homes, and like every car is really spicy. And so I was like, this is neat. And then you can like drive 10 miles outside of the city, and it's guns and freedom.
I just think of
freedom.
Sky Harbor Airport, where I was like, where's my gate? And maps told me a driving calculation instead of a walking. I was like, that's a long walk.
It's like DFW. It's on the other side of the city.
Yeah. But I don't know. So with the Rivian, I mean, you got a software update come. Is that right?
That's what I hear. Yeah,
we had
it
some-
popped up this morning. I was waiting for Kyle to get back so we could.
We told
install
Will,
it.
yeah, we're basically like, we need to use your truck. It's so nice of you to let us use your truck.
Yeah, for real.
But we were like, please don't update it. So should we, I mean, we could be totally honest. We called Rivian and said, hey, can you please update Will's truck because we want to film a video. And then they sent the update
Yeah,
to your truck.
the next day it showed up. So
It's amazing.
Real nice people.
pretty cool.
Yeah, they're so cool with us.
They have been very helpful, I'll be honest. I know there's some comments on the forum about the Rivian guides, and
Yeah,
some of
some
them are
guides
helpful
are-
and some are not.
Yeah.
Mine's been great. His name's Kyle as well.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. Maybe it's just Kyle's are nice. But
Definitely not the case. But our friend Ryan had
yeah.
such a terrible experience with his guide.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, no, I've had a great experience. I call him direct, and I had a problem with my audio. So the audio went out. It just wouldn't play anything. The
Like
radio,
the
it
sound
wouldn't play the
system.
radio. It wouldn't play Spotify. It wouldn't play anything.
Huh.
It was playing. You could see the thing going across the
Yeah.
the timeline. But there was no noise. I turned the volume all the way up, and there was no sound, anything. I
Watch
I
it
couldn't
start working with the
Bluetooth.
volume max.
I did make sure because I put my daughter in the truck later, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that's when
it's
it's going to pop on. Of,
Yeah.
something I was listening, but when she wasn't in the truck, that I shouldn't have been. No, it just wouldn't work for 3 or 4 stops. I was running around that day, and I'd get in the truck and out of the truck and in the truck. And finally, I called Kyle at Rivian, and I said, hey, it's not working. He says, oh, okay. I didn't know that. Have you tried the app and do the support ticket thing? And I said, no, and he walked me through it. So I filed a support ticket to see, what it would be like. Just would they call me back? Would they blow me off? What? And they actually did call me back a couple hours later.
Really?
And say, okay, what's going on? And walked me through it. And they said, okay, I think you just need to let it reset. So they said, park the truck, get out of it, go away from it, so it locks the doors and everything for about a half an hour,
Yep.
and then get back in it, and it should work.
And did it?
So it actually started working on the way home before I got the chance to do that.
Oh, weird.
So I haven't experienced the full get out and reset thing.
We know of a secret reset.
Yeah, I saw the secret reset when I first got my delivery too, because
That's the
GPS
scroll wheel thing.
Or is that the Tesla?
Yeah.
They're similar. I mean, there's
Someone at Rivian's trying to stop me from saying it.
Yeah,
Maybe more of this would be all
because
right.
Tesla Flex, he was having to reset his car. Like,
every
His
10
software
minutes.
was
oh
dog shit.
my
It was
god!
so bad. No, so on the Rivian, you can hold the outer buttons on the scroll wheel,
Right.
and it will reset. Or the secret one, which is the next level deep that they told me not to tell anyone about, but I knew about it before they told me anyway, so I'm going to tell you.
Deep
Hold
cut.
the hazard lights down with the left scroll wheel button, and that does a harder reset.
Oh, okay.
Even harder.
There's
Yep.
always levels of resets. We had like 4 levels of iPhone reset at Apple. Yeah, I had a funny story similar. When I worked for Apple, someone came in and they were like, my phone volume doesn't work at home, but everywhere else it works. And it turns out they're like trying to blast music, and it's somehow connected to a Bluetooth speaker in the next house over, in their neighbor's house. And I was like, whoa, that's funny.
That's amazing.
So I was like, oh, hopefully your truck's not trying to play audio somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe the Tesla driving next to me was picking up my audio or something.
Have you
Who
tried
knows?
the camp speaker yet?
I haven't. I'm not a big Bluetooth speaker guy, so
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those. I got to find the right situation to use it.
Yeah.
I like to show it off. It's kind of a cool thing. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack guy? Are you an aux cord guy?
honestly, I still talk on the phone like this. So. I'm trying to do
so
it
you don't
my-
text
yeah,
people anymore? Yeah. Jordan texts me all the time, like these long text messages with 9,000
No.
scenarios. No,
I
he
said-
says, Kyle, do you want to go to lunch at this place, or we could go to lunch at this place, or we could invite this person and go over here. I'm like, Jordan, we could do whatever we want. Why don't you just tell me what you want to do?
Yeah. Or
sent-
Kyle
just
would
call
say,
me.
cool.
I send Kyle a text with more than one period, which means 2 sentences, and he'll call me and be like, I couldn't read that one. Please elaborate.
I just hate texting. I like calls.
Yep. Old fashioned, but it's good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I need to hear the inflection in your voice
Yeah.
as to which pizza place we
Yeah.
go to. Although I just exposed Jordan to One Bite today.
Yeah. I'm about to
really?
look up every pizza that I think is
No,
good.
he said to me, "Why don't you start an app and call it One Bite? Start a YouTube channel." I'm like, "Well, that's a thing that we keep
It's already
referencing."
there. Yeah, we referenced it like 8 times in Vegas.
My clever idea was we already have a channel called One Lap. That'd be brilliant. And
Yeah.
someone else took it. Turns out Kyle named One Lap after one bite. That'd be
Yeah.
funny.
Actually, Alyssa named One Lap.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I wonder where she got the idea. Was it one lap around the track?
Yep, One Lap around the track.
Easy
We got to
enough.
do a drag race more. That didn't make sense. We
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
drag race more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do a drag race once a week.
No, twice a week.
Twice a week?
Twice a week.
Do we know
We
this?
can run that Frontier. I mean,
Yeah,
that
Frontier versus Rivian.
That thing's a
versus
dog.
F-150.
Oh, I'm game.
Yeah, you're
game.
going to win that one handily.
You wouldn't have to
No
worry
doubt.
about rock chips on the Frontier because it literally will not be fast enough to keep up to the Rivian. That is kicking up rock chips.
Wait,
Well, I told Nissan they need to put a supercharger on that thing.
what F-150?
I don't know. We rent
anything.
one.
Anything.
Take my Raptor out there.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we
Yeah.
go.
There- yeah.
Raptor.
Gen 1 Raptor.
Nissan Frontier, and so V6, V8 electric.
Actually, when we get the new Raptor, that would be interesting to do some.
Oh, yeah.
Some
We're going to
looking.
get the
Oh, hell yeah.
the
I
37.
wouldn't,
We're
I
going to
wouldn't
get the one
mind
on
doing
37s.
the first gen Raptor versus the new Raptor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah.
We need to find a second gen then. We need a 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Second
would
gen is the least interesting, though.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That interior.
All right, let's just forget that.
Yeah.
even happened.
First versus
First versus third.
versus.
Is your
new.
first? Do you have a nice exhaust on there? Is she? Does she purr?
It's all stock
all
and
stock.
it does
Oh,
purr.
we need to change that.
Simon would be
Supercharger
like-
coming to a channel.
Have you
near
ever heard of
too.
what's called an electric cutout?
Time to be like hood cut out.
Yeah, hood stack.
One of my buddies did that in high school. He put an electric cutout on his dad's GMC 2500 with the big 6.0.
Hell yeah.
So that
the
way,
Vortec V8.
So that way, whenever his dad drove it, it was fine. And then when he took it out at night, flip that switch and just,
yeah.
brr, 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 just purring because it cuts it off right before the catalytic converter.
Oh, so
So
like a
it's
legit
straight pipe. Yeah,
That must have been insanely loud.
yeah. It was stupid loud. Like,
Yeah, I've got a friend in Fort Morgan with the what was the Dodge Ram that had
Oh,
like the
you didn't
Viper.
even need to say Dodge Ram. You just need to say Fort Morgan. We all know what they got coming.
Oh, the Viper 10
Oh,
cylinder.
the SRT 10.
Yeah, and it's rusted out right where it goes the down pipe, whatever it's called. Right before the cat.
Single cab with a 6-speed.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, that stick
And
on that thing is huge.
Yep.
dude.
So the rust is like a redneck electric cutout. Is that how that works?
That's what he has.
Yes.
Yeah. At one point, it
My
just
Jeep
cut
has
out.
one of those.
Active exhaust, one point in its life.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he heard something going down the road, and then it was really loud, and he just hasn't changed it yet. So
So if we're able to get a Rivian, what should we do with it? I mean, what kind of spec are we going to get?
like to
Off road max.
Yeah, really? You think so?
So
I hope so.
yeah, we should talk about.
I think so. Why would you buy a truck with street tires?
Because it looks cool.
we,
The 22s looked really cool, but man,
Blacked out
on
one
the trail,
22.
man, you're gonna blow a bead. You're gonna pop
Yeah.
a bead. It's
Yeah,
gonna
just air down and send it.
Depends on the
Yeah.
trail. The trails I mean, not really trail. But in Vegas, we had a Taycan and a Rivian on the 22s on a lake bed, and that was awesome. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what stirred that to be a thing, because I just remember I was editing
where'd
videos
that
till
come from?
I was editing videos till 2 a.m. Zach woke up an hour after I went to sleep to go back to Colorado.
That's all right.
Zach, you should have been there.
And
I
then
got home at an appropriate 5:30.
that is very excellent. Yeah. And then let's see. I woke up at 6 to a phone call from Kyle saying, "Hey, we're going to the lake bed." And I was like, cool. I didn't know what car or anything. It's just like, let's go.
So I was late, about to fall asleep. I think I was talking to Ryan. So actually, before we even do that, we need to talk about how Ryan showed up in Vegas.
Our friend Ryan, who has a Plaid.
Who's like a Tesla hacker.
Yeah.
Also, he's the CEO of a company. I mean, he's the most successful guy. He's awesome.
He's a tech CEO, like hacker, super brilliant dude.
And just an all-around nice guy.
So
Super
nice.
nice
Yeah,
guy.
he loved my Miata. I love it. Anyways, he showed up in Vegas, happenstance, because he had just bought his Rivian and
But
was
he
road
was like
tripping it.
texting me. He's like, "Hey, I'm driving my Rivian and like I'm getting this charge rate, and here I am at a Signet, and like blah blah." Blah. And I'm like, "Oh, you're in Vegas? Like we're right down the street from you. Like come on over. We got pizza."
He was gonna like sleep in his
Good
truck.
pizza,
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
by
And
the
so
way.
then he stayed over at the house, and I was like, "Well, we got a Rivian and a Taycan. Like we're in the desert. Like let's do some desert stuff."
Was he on the couch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my! I was like, who's that?
We got this wonderful Airbnb. in
Super
Vegas.
cool Airbnb.
Yeah.
That's the new
Shout out of Spec Studios.
Shout out of Spec company card, baby.
Yeah.
Well,
It was a beautiful house.
hotel rooms were like $800 a night
So
for whatever
much,
reason.
yeah.
I
We
don't
got
know.
like a Pablo Escobar escape house, basically. It had like walls all the way around
It
it.
was sweet.
A dope pool, like
It was like 5 minutes from the strip.
yeah,
Yep.
it was really
and a
close.
4-car garage.
Yeah,
Well, two-car garages. One had a game room in it.
yeah, which we didn't go in at all.
What
except for
kind
when
of
we
charger
looked
did
at
it
the
have?
house.
None.
It had 110 outlet
Which
at
he
about
stole.
8 feet.
Yeah, I got that.
8 feet off the ground outside the garage. There was a 110 outlet.
Baking in the sun.
That he
Shout out
used.
Hyundai for making a level 1 charger with the longest cord ever.
That's
Like,
a good point. That is a serious level
seriously
1 charger.
long cord.
Yeah.
and it goes to 12 amps.
Yeah, how much did you charge overnight?
Hey, it got me 20%.
Okay.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it's not
Solid.
too
Good.
bad. Like so, the next day I left with. So the first night we plugged in, I got 20% the next day, and then when I left in the middle of the night, I was at 88% when I charged
Right.
it.
Well, you left super early. You didn't stay plugged in very long.
Yeah, it wasn't very long, but it was basically it's like 4 miles an hour. I think
Yeah.
that's a good assumption.
Yeah, 4 miles of rated range.
4 miles
per
of
hour.
rated range per hour.
Yeah.
That house was sweet. So that we're going to rent it again if we ever do one of these because it
Yeah.
was actually cheaper. I mean, way cheaper than getting hotels
hotels. It
rooms.
was
'Cause
like
that was
half
my
the
plan.
price, yeah.
Was I'll get everyone a hotel room for this thing.
Yeah.
And then we started adding up. It was going to be like $6,000.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're like, holy crap, what's going on?
New
Like,
plan.
New plan. Your plan actually.
Nice.
I'm a big
I was ready to
Airbnb
hit the
guy.
buy
Yeah.
now on hotels.com.
Now,
Once you get over one room,
Yeah.
VRBO or Airbnb. Or
I have to say Airbnbs, because me and Ahmad looked into Airbnbs, and there is a toggle deep in the filters to say electric car charging, but there is literally none with that.
Right.
Or someone accidentally hit it and selected it, and they really don't have it.
Sure.
Which is really annoying.
I have a 110 outlet in my garage. That counts.
Yeah.
Might charge your 14-mile range Volvo in there.
right.
For 12 hours.
In a week.
Yeah.
Minimum stay 1 week.
Yeah.
Charge your car.
But it was great. I mean, yeah. So we took the Taycan, the Rivian out to the desert, did top speed runs with both. So Taycan.
You made an interesting comment while you were out there. You said this is the perfect 2-car combo.
Yeah.
If you were going to do it.
Two-car solution.
That's how I felt ever since our California trip, where we saw the Rivian and drove that in Sonoma.
Yeah. And then you had the GTS.
And then I had the Taycan GTS Sport Turismo in LA, and I was like, those are my 2 favorite cars ever. And I was at that point, still am like, I'm not Team Tesla. I'm Team Tesla charging infrastructure experience.
But it sucks.
But it sucks.
Yeah,
We proved it.
And it's
Yeah,
it's
we
the-
proved Electrify America is superior.
Electrify America
on
is
this
the king.
one route on this one day.
And you can get at me at ZPace85 at Twitter.
Yeah, people are getting on you on Twitter. Actually,
They are. I don't look at it at all.
That's
you
the
need to get
spirit.
on Twitter more.
I need to.
Dude, you have like hundreds of likes on your post.
I know. I don't do. What's our buddy's name? Brandon. Man,
Yeah.
that guy's a Twitter beast.
Yeah, well, and TikTok and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a talker, man. He's killing it. Yeah, I need to get better at that. I just took off. Kyle commented about my profile picture when we were in Vegas. He's like, "You got some nipple in your profile picture."
Yeah, a
I'm
little
like,
too much
"Dude,
nipple
What's
showing."
going on here?" So I changed it to your picture of the car. At the-
Oh, nice.
yeah, at that charging stop.
That's the thing to do. Yeah, everyone wants to know what car you drive. So
Not me.
No, the real question is, when is Jordan going to buy an EV?
He won't ever. He's too cheap. This man does not like to spend money.
Yeah.
I know how much we pay him. He could lease a freaking Rimac Navara, and he will, and he will
not have a
buy,
house. Yeah.
Yeah, we had this discussion on
Why-
the way to
why would you
Vegas,
have
and
a
he was
house if you had
completely
a-
undecided.
Yeah.
Why
He
would you
was.
have a house if you had that car?
You're
Nothing
right. I
is up
could
to
just
his
sleep in the
standards.
roomats.
Right.
I feel like a what was the Volkswagen's compliance car? That
The
made that
E-Golf.
solid? The
Good
E-Golf.
car.
Solid car. The last
But it
year
has
models.
air-cooled charging or air-cooled management.
But you're not going to road trip that anyway, right?
Yeah, you just need to get from home to the office and back.
Yeah.
I told
Which an
Jordan if
i3
I would get him an i3S.
And an i3 from
But
like
now that we have like 4 cars coming at the same time, I don't know if we're gonna get you an i3.
2017 Chevy Bolt with a replacement battery. Send it to the moon.
Yeah, it's not premium enough.
Not premium.
You kind of just drive like around in a plastic box in that thing.
That is
what's
true.
the range on an iMev? Pretty bad, right?
Pretty bad. But if we,
Oh
Will,
yeah, the cheapest electric car.
Yeah. Will,
that almost happened.
so you know how you have your shop down the street?
Yeah.
You got a big saw in there.
We could make one, yeah.
Okay.
We just got a plasma cutter today, so.
That's what we need.
Nissan
So
Leaf,
we're
chop the
planning
top.
on buying the cheapest electric car in the country with fast charging, which would be like probably a Nissan Leaf.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're gonna make it a convertible.
Nissan
Oh, yeah.
Leaf
And then
road trip it.
cross cabriolet.
My son
Yeah.
would have that roof cut off in half an hour.
Really?
Oh,
What did,
yeah.
what did he cut off?
No, he said
Oh,
he'll have
he
it cut
can.
off.
Sorry.
He can.
Yeah,
he can. Yeah, he
Let's
just brought
do
home
it.
a new plasma cutter today, so he's looking for something to cut up.
Does he
Great.
make roll cages by chance?
He could. Yeah. Yeah.
Nissan Leaf cross cab. Here we
Yeah,
go.
that's what I'm saying.
We're gonna put it in the Nissan Museum
Yeah.
because Nissan loves us for some reason.
I still think eventually, maybe a future test, not really test, just a project would be an electric conversion Nissan Murano Cross Cabriolet. I still
Yes.
think that's with a top that works.
It would need to have a Rimac Navara drivetrain to be worthy to be
Yeah.
inside of it.
I think the video alone on a convertible Leaf with people driving it around like it's normal.
Oh, we would just drive it everywhere.
Yeah,
that would, commute enough.
But we would
Yeah.
have to have a chase car.
But we're
so
going to
you
take
could
the
film people's
windshield off
reactions.
too. Like it's going to go full McLaren
racing helmet.
Elva.
I would be like the Stig driving through northern Colorado. in a Leaf.
How could we lift that thing?
You know, if you're
put,
trying
like,
to
a
get
strut
from
spacer in
from
there?
here to home in Colorado, in Fort Collins, all of these things back here is probably your main
Yes.
vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we have
your-
all these e-bikes back here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm planning to take one home and do some stuff with it for sure.
I can ride 6
Yeah.
miles door to door on trails. Don't even touch roadway.
Yeah, I used to go from north of town all the way to the southeast corner of town.
Yep.
I crossed 2 roads. One was in front of my house.
Yep. I've done most
Yeah.
of the trails in town now, and they're wonderful.
They are.
Truly wonderful.
They are.
Yeah,
We have a
very
great
Spring
network.
Creek Trail. I've done
Spring
that one.
Creek. That's
Yeah.
the one I
What's
live
that?
on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
What's
I've
their
Have you ever
rules
been to
on-
our house?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been
What's
on
our
the trail, though.
what's our rules on electric bikes on the trails though now?
Oh yeah, we
know?
don't have rules.
No, there's. So I think there's a speed limit.
You can't go more than 15 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I don't ever see a guy with a radar gun out there.
Last I saw when I bought my electric bike, they
Yeah.
banned them on the trails here in Fort Collins because that was several years ago.
No,
They
they're
just
allowed
didn't-
now.
Didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I have gotten some looks now, but I've only gotten looks on the hay bike, which is like a scooterish bike.
You know, I
And-
got looks on my regular bike on the trails.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
but
don't
that's
like
because I was
bikers.
driving, 14 miles home.
Yeah.
Right.
It's along the river, so it's a beautiful scenic ride.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
But when you're going along the river, you don't realize it. It's all uphill the whole way because the river's flowing the other way.
Yep.
So by the time you get to the end of it, I was dog tired.
I've never experienced that. I just
Where's that ride at? That could be a good
The Pooter
test.
Trail.
Yeah, no, we do it all the time. It's not
Yeah, you
steep
can go
enough,
from
though.
HP in the south end of town to
Well-
my house at the northeast.
Well, over
northwest
time
end of
though,
town.
like so you said, it's like 14 miles from the
Yeah.
base to
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah.
So how much elevation you
Can't be
getting?
more than 1,000 feet.
Oh, not even.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not
100
like a
feet
lot.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so slow. But by the time I got to the end of the trail, I'm dog tired. And I hear this bell behind me, ching 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 ching, and
an
this
e-bike.
girl on her yellow bike comes cruising around me and just passes me and goes on. And I'm like, "Ah." And then a few minutes later, she comes back. She's got some carrots in the front basket.
Mm-hmm.
She'd gone to the farmer's market up by my house and coming back, and she's like, ching ching, hey, hey.
That's the most Fort
And I'm like,
Collins
hey,
thing I've
hey.
ever heard.
Yeah, have a good day. I might make it home by dinner time. Maybe.
I've been using the horn on the hay bike, and
Yeah,
it's just hilarious. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it like just I'm like, pass it on the left, beep.
Yeah, we do have a nice bike culture here in Fort Collins. I'll give us that.
Yeah,
right? Where we're very
absolutely.
polite when we when we pass people who are dog tired on the way
Yeah.
home from
Yep.
work.
I just throttle by
Great bike
wide
lanes.
open.
Great bike lanes.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like full lean, scraping knee out of corners.
I really like the two bikes that we have right now on loan at our house from Out of Spec Scoots. They both have brake lights on them. I think that's
Yeah,
so
you
great.
need the brake lights.
You need the brake lights.
Yeah.
Even
You
on the
making videos
trail.
with those things, by the way?
What's up?
You make a video with
Yeah, I
them?
made one.
Nice.
But my GoPro footage is so shaky.
Yeah, we need to get
Yeah.
just borrow some new ones.
Yeah,
We
I think
got
I need to
enough.
borrow one of
We
the-
might just get you a couple GoPros so you have them.
Yeah, because mine is so old. Like when you shoot in 4K, it loses video. There's no video stabilization in 4K.
Yeah, that's
so
an old one.
all my B-roll is like this. So like I looked at it, I was like, no, this isn't gonna work. So I'm gonna have to redo it. But
Yeah, we have some 7s, which has the first gen stabilization, which is actually really solid.
Really good. Way better
Yeah.
than the 10s,
Yeah,
in
this
my
is one.
opinion.
This is
You
the
just
one I've
haven't
been rocking.
set it up right.
I don't know if
like
y'all
the
remember
10.
these antiques.
Oh,
Oh,
The
in
little-
the pocket.
The little GoPro.
it's a cube, yeah.
Yeah, these were the coolest thing
Yeah.
when they came out. But
I think we need to get you an iPhone and some GoPros.
yeah, my old Android's running out of storage, and she starts getting sluggish whenever you get like good couple hours of footage on the hard drive.
You crank start that thing every morning?
Yeah, she starts getting a little
He's
sluggish.
got the hand crank. He's got to get out there.
Yeah, we just need to get like I just need to get like a dead Wi-Fi only iPhone. You know, that doesn't have cell service. I don't need cell service. I just need it
That's all I need, yeah.
to come up here and plug it in and upload the footage. Because my Google Drive.
I just don't think you're allowed to work for us if you have not an iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Samsung for life, yo. Like Samsung phone, Samsung watch,
Refrigerator?
And he's
fridge.
muted.
When I own a fridge, both washer and dryers are Samsung with Wi-Fi connectivity.
What?
Yes,
Wi-Fi
sir.
connected?
I do have a
Dude.
Wi-Fi Samsung fridge. I do.
My
What do you need
washer.
a Wi-Fi connected washer for?
It tells you when it's done. It also alerts. You can also start it from your phone. And I do funny stuff sometimes. I'll freak my wife out. Like I'll just like start the washer randomly when she's walking by it. You know, Whoa, why did this turn on? You know,
It is really helpful because I've been
Samsung
like,
vacuum. Also have the Samsung vacuum.
Oh, I didn't know
the
they had
Samsung
that.
mop as well.
what?
Yeah.
No, a mop.
Oh yeah.
These really is Team Samsung.
You
Team
can review
Samsung.
all that for Scoots. Scoots is like any small electric device.
Oh yeah. I'll gladly review it because I'll give them rave reviews because
Because you're a Samsung
I'm a fanboy. Well, I will say the mop is really stupid. If I had to go back
Start
and
the
read
video. This is a really stupid device.
Because it doesn't have any mapping in it. It's all completely randomized when it's mopping, so it just bumps into stuff and it's
Oh, so it's
okay.
like one of those little robots.
Yeah, it's a robot mop.
Oh,
and
I,
then-
thought I was
so it's-
picturing you with a push mop and it logs
no,
how
no,
many
no, no,
strokes you do
bro.
with it.
I make my chores easy. Like
It's kind of like me with the mop. I'm
Yeah.
kind of random.
Yeah, just
it's my workers. It's my workers. But like, yeah, the vacuum's very good. It maps your house out really well. It's one of the best robot vacuums I've ever owned. I had a Roomba before that. I hated it.
So what are we driving this week?
Oh yeah,
Taycan.
Taycan, yeah, and the
Four
Golf.
the
cross
Taycan
The Taycan,
Golf.
as you
and the
say.
Frontier, man.
Ah,
don't
Zach's-
sleep on the Frontier.
Zach's a frontier man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I it looks so good. We
It
saw
looks great.
Can I just say, best looking truck on the market, including Rivian?
Can I say that I feel like it
parked
looks
next
like
to it tonight, and I thought the
Frontier
Frontier
looks
was
better.
pretty good. Yeah.
I feel like it looks. I love
the
the
better
looks.
green.
I love the green. I love the looks. My problem is if you look at it from an angle, it looks like a Tacoma. I feel like they really leaned in hard
On what?
On Tacoma. On Toyota.
they did, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's better than a Tacoma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but the styling is very similar.
It just needs a 5-inch lift.
Yeah, the one you said you saw at the audio show, I saw
They
that
put
too.
so
It looked
Nissan put
beautiful.
a factory,
Yep.
Yeah.
We
a
saw,
like prototype 5-inch lift on this thing.
yeah,
which
we
sounds
saw-
like a lot.
Saw some in Chicago.
But
They
it-
were awesome.
They put 35s on it.
35s, okay. With the stock engine.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
meant
I
to be
bet it's a
driven.
dog.
Yeah, it's a show truck. Then.
Yeah, it's just, but it looked awesome.
Yep.
It was Nissan Design America that did it, not Nissan Powertrain Engineering.
right.
They're like, does it move? Yes, barely. Okay, put it out there.
They had 3 different trims of them.
Yep.
What were they? They had the hard body concept. The,
Oh yeah, that was cool. The hard body was cool.
T7X or something like that.
Yeah, I don't really remember. And then
Yeah.
the good one,
Yeah.
where I-20, they had the whole truck wrapped in
Oh,
the map of the
It
United
was like
States.
a topographic map of the United States with major roads, and I-25 was the B pillar.
Yeah, I-25
Nice.
went right up the B pillar, and I'm like, that makes sense.
Yep.
We need
We
to
are the
make sure we
people
go
of
to Jeep Safari next year.
What's that?
Oh, I'm in Easter Jeep
Moab, the
Safari.
Easter
in
Jeep
Moab?
Safari.
Oh, did you get my
That's this
email I
week.
sent to you today about the Moab thing? Or sorry, about the Van Expo thing?
In California?
Overlanding Expo in Loveland in August.
Loveland.
Yeah, that was here last
beautiful.
year.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
August.
Should be big.
Yeah.
It's in
I read it
August.
as April. I was like, this is coming up in a
It's
few
next-
days. Like
it's next day, yeah.
Nope, August.
No, but yeah,
This week in Moab is Easter Jeep Safari.
yeah. So
Always
Jeep
the
brings
week
all their
before
concepts
Easter.
out there.
Yeah, they just did a press launch for the Grand Cherokee 4xE, and they have the Magneto 2.0 out there.
Yeah.
Right. That's because of Easter Jeep Safari.
That's
Should
what
we
I
go
wanna
out there and
drive.
drive that thing?
Dude, I would love to go drive that
I'll
Magneto.
talk to
Magneto
Kelly
is
and see if we
sweet.
can go out. We did not get invited to Grand Cherokee 4xE, but they are sending us a truck here as soon as possible.
Yep.
Yeah, I would love to get this summer. I don't know. It's going to be hard to do, but I eventually maybe we can reach out to viewers or something like that. But I want to do the Battle of the Trailhawks, man.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really cool series for
Okay.
overlanding.
Well,
Yeah.
let's get that overlanding channel off the ground.
Yeah, then we'll look at Battle of.
Then we'll look at battle. We
Yeah.
need to do a video a day if you want it to grow.
Yeah. That's what we're trying.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did. Me and Kyle did an ADAS test on the Volkswagen Golf R today.
Yeah, so we have the Golf R on loan, which is my dream hot hatch.
Loves
It's a
it.
good looking car.
I've never been a golf fanatic. I've always been a golf appreciator because they're understated and they're sort of a classless vehicle where you could see it parked in front of a mansion or at an apartment complex, and it's not pretentious in any way.
Yeah, right.
And so I really like that. And the Golf R is, of course, the hot version. So about 300 horsepower, manual transmission, Magna rear differential. Thank you for sponsoring this podcast, Magna. And so it means it has a drift mode, which is awesome.
Nürburgring mode, right?
Yeah. And were you with me at the Magna thing? Timon was, right?
Timon was.
They do all their transfer case testing in Michigan. It was awesome.
Yep.
And so they did all the transfer case testing for the Golf. And Nürburgring mode, which absolutely has the best rev limiter, right at 6,800 or so. And I'm just falling in love with it, so much so that I have one on order. And it should be arriving here in the next 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Wow.
It's on a boat right now, about to get unloaded at port. And then it gets put on a train and brought out this way. And so ordered the exact, literally carbon copy of the car we have.
With
on
the blue
medium low.
stitching on the inside too.
Literally
and
everything.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool.
You could not. It is a identical model, and because there's no options on the car, you choose transmission and color. Everything else is standard.
I love the infotainment on that. The way the screen flows into the gauge cluster.
Do you really?
Yeah, I like that. I think it's really
You're
stylish.
the only person who's
You're
ever
the only
said
person that likes it. 'cause
Really?
I think it's really butt ass ugly.
Oh man, I think it's dope. Oh my gosh.
See, I like the ID4 so much more, where you have that center thing over there,
Yeah.
and then the center screen here, and
I think it looks cool. I like the clean look of it.
there's so many stupid menus in the infotainment. The infotainment isn't great, but it's not like I would complain about it like every other reviewer
It's gotten
does.
better since launch, which is the benefit of over-the-air updates.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's not my worst favorite, but it's not my favorite.
I think
It's
that
just
car is
somewhere.
going to be worth a lot of money.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Well,
one
I'm
day.
buying it at sticker.
Yeah.
That's good.
So Volkswagen built us basically an extra one. They found us one, and they sent it to this dealer, and they're selling it to us at sticker.
The manual transmission and the lane centering.
So good,
That's
too.
insane. That's
so it
insane.
has Volkswagen Travel Assist and 3 pedals. That's what sold me. I'm like, I can do my airport runs in this, and I can shred up Risk Canyon, and we can use it as a filming vehicle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's going to
That's
be
gonna be nice.
awesome. For the EV road trip stuff this weekend, it would have been so
A
nice
nice chase
to have
car.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you don't have to stop at chargers. You can fill it in 3 minutes, and then you get another.
That's the
400
future.
miles on the tank. I mean, it is the future. You just fill it in a couple minutes. It gets 30 miles to the gallon on the highway.
7-speed?
6.
6-speed.
Yeah, and a really tight box, really close ratio box. Even 6 is really short. So 80 miles an hour is like spinning 3,100, 3,200 RPM. So it's just,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty
Is that a
efficient.
tappy place right up there?
I guess so. I don't know. It's the EA 888, so they put it in everything. My mom has it in her Porsche Macan, same engine, just detuned in her car. So my Volkswagen Golf will make more power than my mom's.
Smokes it.
Yeah.
We should have your mom review your golf.
Well,
SUV.
how many more days do you have the Volkswagen for?
It goes back tomorrow. Dang. You want to drag race it?
Yeah, I was
We can
thinking.
go in the morning.
I can't. I got work. Shout out, real job.
We need to get you working for us full
I
time.
know. I know.
Watch our podcast more.
Yeah. Tune in more if you want to see this more. But yeah, I think that would. I wonder. Short shift in that thing. Throw. What was
I've been flat shifting it. Not my car.
What was the Fast and the Furious line? Double clutching like you should be.
Haven't been doing any of that. Just keep my foot. Ba, 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 ba.
The car was driving you. You weren't driving the car.
Anyway, I love this Golf. I made the right decision to get
It's a
it.
cool car.
I think we're only going to run it for 3 or 6 months because we have a lot of cars coming in this year. We have the Rivian R1T, which sounds like we'll get sooner rather than later. I don't know how we're going to work this, but we're going to get one somehow. We have the Golf R, we have a Morgan three-wheeler, maybe, and the Taycan GTS Sport Turismo. I mean, we have hundreds of thousands of dollars of cars coming in, and we got to figure out how to pay for all this. Yeah.
Sell the Sprinter.
Yeah, I think
First
I'm going
on
to
the
sell the
list.
Sprinter. Yeah, I
Yep.
think I will. But we need you to take pictures of it.
Yep.
I'd imagine the Sprinter's worth more than what you paid for it right now.
50 grand more.
I was gonna say everything's worth. I think my Raptor's worth more than I paid for it 5 years ago.
Especially with his being the diesel. That's
Yep.
that's the one everyone wants.
Yeah.
Well, and it's the
Diesel with four-wheel drive.
4x4 system, whereas now they put the all-wheel drive 4MATIC in the new ones.
Really?
That's why I asked Mercedes if we could drive their trucks at Van Expo, because drive their vans at Van Expo because they have the new drivetrain.
Yeah. So does yours have a traditional 4-low?
It has a 4-low. Wow. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's terrible off-road. It is the worst off-road vehicle I've ever taken off-road. They brand it like Winnebago has all these things of it on the trails, doing all this stuff. It sucks. We've gotten that thing stuck in nothing. And it has the worst boost lag at altitude. It's really the altitude that kills it.
Yeah.
It just can't build boost.
You never tuned it, right? I know you talked
No,
about tuning
I
it.
never tuned it, but I think we're just going to sell it.
Yeah, that's the right move.
Yeah, and then I'd like to try these new ones, though. I might go for a new van with the new all-wheel drive.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I don't want to have a van.
What about like just renting one on like RV share? Like
I
for
do.
the
I have
random.
a thing like sleeping in a used bed.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I guess I do it with hotels, so I don't know why I'm so concerned.
You feel like an RV bed is worse.
I feel like an RV bed. I don't want to rent one. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? I like to buy it fresh, brand new.
Yeah.
And with the market right now, there's no reason not to. I mean, we're going to make 45, 50 grand on that Revel.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we made some videos on it. And I've slept in it, and we've had fun and put 20,000 miles on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
that
that
you said
video-
you've slept in it, the resale value went down.
Yeah, we're down a lot. So if you're looking for a Winnebago,
Yeah, I don't know. We got to get some good pictures, put it up on RV Trader, list it for close to 200 grand.
Let's do it.
it's crazy.
Let's do it.
A
I
van.
mean, yeah, I mean, look, if we sell that thing for 200 grand, that's our Rivian, that's everything we were going to buy anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there we go.
Sell, sell, sell.
I just hate selling things. I love buying stuff. I hate selling.
I hate the
I'm
sell
same.
process.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a collector.
Yeah,
I just let them sit
and-
around the house and.
Yeah, and I just like having it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I get attached to it enough to be like, I'll just keep it.
Yeah.
So that might just happen. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yep.
If
Well-
you take good pictures of it and do the listing, then I'll sell it. But I don't want to put the effort in.
I'll do it.
And I don't want to deal with whoever buys it. I don't want to be like, here's how you work this and here's how you work that. And sorry about this being broken. And like,
Just say it comes with a warranty.
it's
You're-
out of warranty.
It's out of warranty, so don't worry about that.
It comes with a 1 mile warranty. If you can get it out of his driveway.
My
Yeah,
best advice
that's
to,
yours.
to anyone who buys an RV out there, please always buy a warranty. Like
think
something
so?
will break.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Especially if you're like my travel trailer. Oh my gosh, that's a story for another
I
day.
never warranted on this van because my dealer charged me $100 to look at every issue that was broken on it.
Jeez.
And I was like, I already know it's broken. Why am I paying you $100
What year model
to tell
is
me
it?
it's broken?
22.
22. It's 2022 Winnebago Revel.
How the is it out of warranty
15,000 mile 1 year warranty.
from Winnebago?
Yeah.
But Mercedes doesn't warranty the powertrain.
Oh yeah, 4 year 50.
Okay.
But good luck getting a service appointment for the next 8 months.
Yeah.
So if something breaks on the Winnie, like like say your bathroom breaks, that's not covered. You're just You're
It's
SOL.
literally going to be me out there breaking it more, trying to fix it. Yep.
Yep.
And also like there's just the times to get in for service. So every Sprinter sold has to go in for like this emissions recall that takes hours. So the dealers are slammed. You drive by our Winnebago or our Mercedes service center on I-25, you just see a sea of vans in the back because they're all in for this recall. Ours had the recall done before we took delivery, thankfully, but it means
good.
that our next service appointment's not for another 7 months. If I want to get the oil changed, 7 months.
sell it.
Sell it.
Sell it. It's the next person's problem.
Yep.
I did do an oil change halfway to the recommended. They want to do 20,000-mile oil changes on that thing. I said, hell no. So we did it at 8,000 for the first one.
Yeah.
And now we're at 18. And it's definitely time for the next.
Yeah.
Hey, you know when I got to get my oil changed on the Rivian?
It's called washer fluid.
Never. Yeah, the only serviceable fluid on that thing is the washer fluid.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is
the
so
way to
cool.
go.
Electric life is so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm the biggest combustion fan there is.
There's caveats, right?
Yeah.
The road trip thing you got to think about.
Yeah.
There's some thinking to it, but
I mean,
Not
we
much.
make money when
Not
we
much.
make an EV when we take an EV road trip, though.
Yep.
you do.
Yeah.
Joe
And-
Schmo.
Well,
goes
now
out
you
on the
do
road.
because you get to film it and put it on out of spec, and then we pay you
sure,
for it.
sure,
Boom.
sure. But yeah,
So how's this whole ranch thing going to work? Are we going to rent a portion to put the off-road trail on? How are we going to do that?
Yeah, lease us some land, good sir.
Well, yes, I'm going to charge you a lot to do
Okay.
it. To allow me to go out there in my excavator and make a off-road course. Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
get some of those Bobcat electric excavators up here.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you can
Do
swing
you have
that,
a bush hog?
better. I have a tree mulcher. You just drive over anything.
Big toys.
Big boys, big toys.
That's right. Matter of fact, if you
That's
if
what
you,
we should call the series.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
boys, big toys.
if you want that Sprinter van to just disappear, let me
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
I can
Man,
make
I
it
had an RV
disappear.
in
I got
Texas,
full
that-
coverage on that thing, full value replacement.
It was
Nice.
stolen.
I got it appraised at $185,000.
Wow.
So
let's
200,000 is
just-
a
let's
very
bury it.
fair price, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. We should cut the podcast and talk about our next plans.
Yeah. Well, I think
Yeah.
that's it for this show. It's
Really?
great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like we
Yeah.
just started.
We've been going an hour and 15.
That's a
Holy
long one.
shit.
I had a whole list of Rivian feedback stuff.
Yeah,
that we
let's
could-
let's
Let's
go
keep going.
through-
Keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no reason to end
Oh,
it.
actually, this won't take long because everything that I've noticed on the Rivian is software based,
Really?
except
Right.
for the tonneau cover not being weatherproof. Right?
Yeah,
we've
so
run
we
it
got-
through. You ran it through the dust. I ran it through the car wash, and
Yeah.
it gets water. It gets dust in it. Other than
Yeah.
that,
Well, what's the point of it?
Arrow or
Arrow.
safety? Like so people don't steal your stuff.
I don't know. how I feel
It's
about
like
that.
rain-ish proof. I mean, if you're in a rainstorm, your
three-
stuff-
I think
$1,000.
you got to put all your
Not
stuff up
worth
against
it.
the cab if it's going to be rainproof because
Yeah.
it gets wet in the
Really?
back.
So I bought a $200 tonneau cover thing from Amazon for my F-150. That thing was rainproof.
Yeah, I think if I didn't buy the launch edition where it was included, I think I'd leave it off and buy the $200 one and put
Yeah,
on there.
yeah.
Not that there's a lot of aftermarket stuff for Rivian yet, but
Yeah, not yet.
it's
by
coming.
the time you get your,
Should we start an off-road company?
there's a lot of options for the Rivian that could be interesting.
Yeah.
We need a winch.
Matter of
We
fact-
need rock sliders.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We need some legit bead locking wheels
Yep.
that Drew's going to make.
a
that we
lift
can
kit on
resell.
that would be interesting.
Yeah, the
Right? Like
little
we said, the
sensor
stance
lifter.
is okay,
Yeah,
but
like
I
how they
think-
do with the Lexuses where they have the
Yeah.
little sensor trigger.
Yeah, you just put the sensor trigger in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that'd be
And it
cool.
leaves it
Little
up on
sensor
high.
extension, yep.
Leaves it up on its tippy toes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So what was
lots of-
fixed, I guess, in the software, or what's your wish list?
Oh, the wish list is. There's a lot of stuff that maybe we just don't know about yet, like the rear temperature. There's a rear temperature indicator on both sides of the.
But
of that
it's
little
linked
screen
to
in the
each
back.
side of the car.
It's linked to the front of the car, and we can't change it. So why do you even put the temperature back there if it's? So we're spending hours trying to change the temperature in the back seat.
It's not possible.
and it's not possible. So why even do that? Or let it be changed in the back seat because they're all individually controlled vents. I would assume.
No, I think it's fed from each side's
think?
front vent.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. I think they should have had
Yeah.
individually controlled.
Have a
temperature in the
3-zone
back.
climate controlled.
3
Yeah.
or 4 zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, once you start controlling stuff by software,
Yeah,
why not make it individually selectable? So
I like the way this guy thinks.
4
yeah,
zone. Yep.
yeah. So that's the one that bugs us. The wrong driver is indicated all the time.
What do you mean?
So the phone is your key, right? So you walk up to the car, you get in it with your phone.
Yep.
There's
Okay.
no. I mean, you have the other keys that you've experienced. We use the phone keys 100%.
Yeah, because the
And I-
carabiner kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool.
It looks
cool, but
cool,
it doesn't
it's-
like
from a pocket standpoint. It's
The
horrible.
functionality is terrible.
Yeah, it's not size wise great. Right, the credit cards are cool.
Yeah.
The phone is just great. I just walk up to it, the door thing pops
I
out.
love
and I
that.
get in.
Yeah,
But then
I've
it
never
says-
experienced it.
But then it says my wife is driving.
Is
I'm
she in the car with you?
No, she has the phone key.
So it's
And she
not-
walks by it maybe in the morning or something. But when I go to get in it, she's at work, gone. I walk up to the car, the truck, it unlocks, and it says she's driving. And I don't get that. It obviously knows my phone, but it says she's driving. So that one's weird. But again, it's a software thing. So I
Yeah.
think that it's going to be fixed eventually. It's
Yeah.
just one of those early things. The phone charger's useless in it.
Yeah.
Right. The
we had
wireless
to get
charger,
the
you set it
phone-
on there, and
Yeah.
you get it's very sensitive. So once you get it on there, it's great. And then you take the first corner and it slides right off.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, what's the point of that? So I went out and bought I'm an iPhone guy, so I bought a MagSafe charger and
Yep.
plugged it in, and I just set it on the MagSafe charger. But
Yep.
so it's kind of a gimmicky thing that just didn't work for him. That one's not software fixable, I guess. That's just broken.
Made broken.
Yeah. The tailgate opening works sometimes, sometimes not. We already talked about the audio loss that happens.
Yeah. What do you
again,
mean
I
the
think,
tailgate opens sometimes?
you push the button and it releases, but it doesn't open. And then it
Oh,
relocks
yeah.
itself. So it's
Oh.
locked like the door's ajar kind of thing. So it relocks and then you got to push it
So
shut.
I wonder if they could
push
leave
button
the
again.
latch open for like 10 seconds.
Right. So you can at least put a hand on it and bring it down. I
Yeah.
get that in a truck, right? It's going to be dirty. It's going to be gritty. You got the dust all over it from Utah or wherever, or
Yeah.
Vegas where you guys
Yeah.
were, right? That's going to happen. But leave the thing open for 10 seconds so I can just go put my hand on it and knock it down.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that strut doesn't seem to be powerful enough to push it
Yeah.
all the time.
I think something's not right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The suspension, we talked about this earlier. I like it in high because I'm a truck guy. I
Yeah.
like it to look high. I like it to look like the Nissan Frontier.
Yes.
Right. In
And I think it's
the
a low
medium
rider.
range,
Yeah.
in the medium range, I think it looks too car-like, and I'm not a car guy.
Especially
I'm a
on
truck
the
guy.
all-terrain tires. That thing looks good with some lift.
You should have an
Right.
option to leave if you don't care about efficiency. You don't care about any of that.
Exactly.
You should
exactly.
just have an option.
I
to
didn't
leave
buy
in
it for
high.
efficiency. I'm not a green guy. I'm a truck guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm an electrical engineer. I like the idea of electric propulsion. It's
Yeah.
much more efficient than gas. Right?
Of
Gas
course.
makes no
Right.
sense other than the fact that we didn't have batteries 100 years ago when we invented internal combustion engines. Right? If we did have great batteries, we would never have invented the internal combustion engine. It's just it's ridiculous, right? How many factories use that for their conveyor lines, right? Nobody.
Right.
They use 100% electric, right? So electric is great for propulsion.
Yep.
But so anyway, I'm a truck guy. I like my truck to look like a truck. And I think in medium, the standard mode for the Rivian, I
Looks
think
a
it looks
little low.
too car-like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
because-
like to drive around in high. As soon as you get to, I think it's 45 or 50 miles an hour, it automatically goes to medium. And I'm okay with that. It's efficiency. I like your idea of just, if I don't care about efficiency, let me drive it in high all the time.
Yeah.
Right. But it doesn't go back to high when I stop. Right. Or when I get below
So there
50
should
miles
be
an hour,
like
it
an
doesn't go back to high.
override high.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Truck mode.
Truck
I want
mode.
it to be in truck mode all the time.
No,
I
we just
want
call
look
it
like a
will
truck.
mode.
Will mode. Yeah.
Well,
Tesla has Joe mode.
Yeah.
We're going to make Rivian get will mode.
Old fashioned redneck mode, right? We want our
Yeah.
trucks high. We want them lifted off the ground.
Hell yeah.
we want to.
Squatted trucks, baby.
Yeah, we want to be able to drive your VW underneath
Yeah.
the truck.
Yeah.
Right. That's a truck.
Yeah.
Right?
Because what
So-
happens if you're a Rivian owner and you say, well, these tires are too small. I want to get bigger ones. And if I have it in high, I can clear those tires no problem.
Right.
But if it goes to that low stance, it's going to sit the fender on it.
Right.
But I don't know if there's a suspension knuckle up there. I haven't looked at the suspension up close.
Yeah. If it'll rub on the
It
inside
needs
turn.
some meaty tires.
Yeah. Like I love the off-road tires on it.
37s.
What is it? What are they? 275s on there?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
They say they're 34s.
Yeah,
They say 34.
34s.
Yeah.
Equivalent 34s. I
Yeah,
haven't
so
measured
like
them yet.
the Raptor was like 305s, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what the factory tire was, and that's a
Why?
35 equivalent. So I mean, that's pretty dang big for a Rivian, you know.
The
It would
Raptor
be-
we have in the fleet's the Raptor 37, right?
Yeah, the 37, which is
Yeah.
the optional 37-inch BFG KO2s,
yeah.
which I think a Rivian on KO2s would look really good. Like I love the way the KO2 looks.
I'm a KO2 guy.
So Drew's making the most aggressive wheels for the Rivian. We'll get them on your truck for
Okay.
a photo shoot.
Okay.
And so once he gets them, the first set will go on yours.
So if we got to call BF Goodrich too and get some KO2s. on yours.
Yeah, so Drew will handle that.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
that'll
then
look mean.
We
That'd
did
be
the
cool.
same thing with the ID4 and our local Volkswagen dealer, where we put MW05s on the ID4.
Oh yeah, with the guy with the roof box, right?
Yep.
that guy's
Rick,
truck. Yeah,
he's
yeah.
awesome.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Yep, put MW5s on Brandon's Plaid. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. But yeah.
So the only other thing was the cruise control shuts off randomly.
The
Oh,
cruise
You-
control's really dumb.
Yeah.
Really terrible.
Cruise control should just be cruise control. It's on until you turn it off, but it randomly shut off on me 287 coming back from Laramie the other day.
Yep.
No reason, no traffic, no nothing. It just said
run that.
unavailable.
We should run that in our test now and then in a few updates.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we won't take your truck tonight. Maybe we'll take it tomorrow when you come here for the NI guys.
Okay, yeah.
We'll do the swap.
Okay.
Because I'm going to drop them off at the airport anyway, I think. What I'd like to do is we have our new driver assistance test. Jordan, you want to explain the Hogback trials?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in
This
this.
is the Hogback trial, which starts at Dakota Hogback, which is basically the opening entrance.
It's the
to,
woolly mammoth parking lot.
Yeah, we start at the Woolly Mammoth parking lot just past the Dakota Hogback, which is the entrance to
It's like we're at
I-70's.
Disney World.
Yeah. It's literally, we start where I-70 hits the Rockies.
Yeah.
And we go 15 miles to just before Idaho Springs and back. And it's a series of winding and up and down hills and curves. I think 50 curves total on I-70, which should be mapped with every single driver assistance if it's mapped to a road, which
Right,
is
like
annoying.
Rivian system will work there,
Yeah.
and Ford system will work there. And
You've already
others.
tested the Rivian there?
Nope.
Nope. We're going to test your truck on it.
We did our
Okay.
first test today in the Volkswagen Golf R, and we kind of developed the test, the full scoring
The
system
Golf
and
R
everything.
smoked it.
It was really good, yeah.
And so like, I'm thinking maybe the test isn't good enough, or the Golf R is really good.
we'll find out in a couple of cars, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a series of how hard can it hold it in a curve, because some driver systems just can't, and the Golf R did fail a couple times. I mean, the Golf R was good, but we still had 8, 9 takeovers.
10 issues.
Yeah,
It just stopped.
a couple times it just.
Well, a couple times it would thought it was all good, and then it was going wide over the line, so I had to push it back in, and that's -1 point. Then -2 points is where the system disengages and gives you a warning, which is like, please take over steering. And it did that a couple times, but actually still kept the corner. So we gave
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
let it do its thing.
But then -3 if it disengages and doesn't even tell you it's disengaging.
Yeah, so a couple times the Golf was like, oh, we're in the corner. And then like all of a sudden we were like, oh, boop, going this way. It's like, no warning, just shut off.
Yeah.
That feels like more than -3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really sketchy when it does
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
but
it's
we
scary.
figured if it's going to do it once, it would do it multiple times on that test.
And to be clear, our hands are still on the wheel and everything like that. We're
Yeah.
just
Yeah, but still, like disengagement stuff, very sketchy.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
So there's a lot of points. I mean, I didn't realize how many factors there were. I mean, I've driven lots of cars with lots of factors, but it's like once you write them all down and score them, you're like, oh wow, this is a lot of things.
We have like 45 different set of criteria that's before we start to see like, does the car yank the seatbelt to get your attention if you're not paying attention, which the Golf does.
It does.
Yeah, if you're not paying attention, then the Golf will just literally yank the seatbelt and choke you for a half a second. You're like, dude,
Jeez.
wake up.
Wake up.
Yeah.
And didn't your Porsche do that too, right?
The Porsche does that.
Yeah.
Yep. But then like systems like the Tesla just beep at you really loudly, which give it points, where the Golf doesn't really do that. The Tesla will put the hazard lights on and come to a stop in the lane. The Golf will just shut off the system but keep climate control on and keep you going. And that's just because it's a manual. If it was a dual clutch or if it was an ID4, it would stop in the lane.
Oh, okay.
So there's negative points for the manual transmission.
Yep.
But like also really cool, it's a manual that lets you have lane centering and adaptive
Very
cruise.
cool.
And
That's why I
it
think it's-
lets you shift with the system still on.
It's
So I
the
can like
last of the
clutch in,
manuals.
rev match, downshift, come off the clutch, and it just resumes. So we're climbing hills in 4th and 5th instead of 6th. And then as soon as we're at the top to crest, I can just upshift to 6th.
Nice.
And it stays on. It's really good.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So yeah, that's the test. And
So we're going to run the Rivian in it,
we need
I
to
guess,
run-
tomorrow afternoon.
a lot of things in it. Yeah.
Yeah, Friday I'm gonna do the Frontier towing test. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about that.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do we have? We have a new 2022 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X.
That's right. 2022 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X with the 3.5. I think it's 3.5.
It's mid threes.
Yeah, it's a 3 V6.
Three
but
something.
What we're gonna do is I'm renting a car hauler, and I'm gonna put my Cherokee on there on the back of the car hauler.
How much is a car hauler? How much is the bill should I expect, basically?
Oh, the car hauler. It's only $50.
Oh, okay, no
Yeah, it's
problem.
nothing
Yeah,
big. So like 50. So we'll run that, and then we're gonna run it on our MPG loop and see what kind of.
So you're going to max out the capability.
It will be maxed out. Like I'll put it on a scale. We're gonna see how much weight's on the rear axle, all that fun stuff, and we're gonna figure out, does a mini truck really save you gas by buying a smaller truck? Because I would like to do the same test with a full size, normally aspirated vehicle.
Yeah.
And see if there's any kind of discrepancies, because people buy mini trucks with the expectation of this is going to save me gas, but 9 times out of 10 it usually doesn't.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I really don't think buying because the Frontier's rated at 19 overall.
19 mpg.
Yeah,
Combined. What's its highway? 23?
Yeah, something around there.
Yeah.
So
Did we run a 70 mile an hour loop?
I need to look and see if we did or not. Because if
Jordan,
we didn't,
did
I
we
would
do that?
I was never here for the Frontier.
Let me
Oh,
look.
really? It
I
was me and Timon?
I was out of town, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Me and Timon, we off-roaded the hell out of that thing.
Yeah, you
We
did.
wheeled it up the hill climb challenge, got it to the top,
Wow.
did the whole, what's the name of that loop that we do up Pooter Canyon? Kelly Flats.
Kelly Flats, yeah.
Yeah.
Dead Man Hill.
Yep. So we did that with the Nissan Frontier, totally stock.
Yeah.
Climbed it, no problem.
Yeah. You can do it.
Scraped on the way down because we went down that outer loop, the rock face, and came right down on the skid plate. We were like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I only see one video on it for a full driving review, pulling this
Okay,
long-awaited
yeah.
pickup through its paces.
Yeah.
So I think that's
How
the
many views
off-roading.
does that have?
What's up?
How many views?
That one, 84,000.
Frontier, baby.
Yep.
So I think we might have to do an unloaded MPG loop to
Yeah.
compare it to the loaded then.
Yeah. So basically run it. We also need, Jordan, I need you to go back and log all of our MPG loops in a
Playlist?
Excel file
Yeah.
and a playlist.
Play.
We should have a
YouTube
playlist already for them.
yeah.
I just ran the Golf R in the MPG loop, 29 point-ish at 70 miles an hour, which
Yep.
isn't amazing, but we had a 40 mile an hour crosswind.
Yeah.
So it would do 32, 33, I think, normally.
Yeah, so I'll run it on Friday with the trailer, and then I'll run another one with it unloaded or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
And then that way we can have both. And then on Saturday, we're going to take it to, in the morning, we're going to go take it to Rainbow Falls.
Yeah.
I think that's the call. And see how it does.
You want to take the Rivian off-roading?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were off-roading this weekend, but yeah.
Where'd you
Yeah.
go? Where'd you go?
Just up to the cabin.
So you want to do the first set of trails in the Rivian for our overlanding channel?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's do this thing. You got the 20s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The off-road tires. Yep.
Nice.
Okay, so Saturday morning, we're rolling heavy. We got the GX, we got the Frontier, and we got the R1T. We'll leave here at, I don't know, sometime.
7 a.m.
Yeah, that's exact time right there.
So noon.
Yeah.
I hope not
Kyle
noon.
time.
Please not noon.
He wants to be back by noon.
No, I want to be back by like mid-afternoon, I said. So like 2 to 3. I feel like that's an appropriate. Because it's going to take us 2 hours to get down there.
Yeah, and then we're going to spend 8 hours down there filming.
Yeah, so 6 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, so we should definitely, let's do that. That'll be fun. Well, the GX, well, the
Yeah.
Frontier Overlanding Adventure,
Yep, it'll be fun.
Rivian versus Pro 4X off-road.
Yeah.
I don't know who would do better.
Two good colors.
The Pro 4X, when you put it in 4 low, does all the diff locking stuff, and
Yeah.
it's magical off-road.
And it has a rear locker.
Yeah, the thing's insane.
So it's pretty. The only thing I'm worried about is the one we got from Nissan has these steps on there. That
Let's take 'em off.
That are itching to get ripped
No,
off.
let's take them off
You think
so we
they'll
don't
care?
damage us. What?
They won't care, right? If
Well,
we
I
take
think
'em
we're
off?
doing it to prevent damage.
Yeah. And it's just an Allen wrench to take them off. It's 4
Then
Allen
that's the
wrenches.
point. We don't need steps to get in. We need functionality.
Yeah, because we don't want to. I wouldn't. Because those things will get ripped off if we hit a ledge.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
Rainbow Falls is 4 out of 10, so it's not like an insane.
Yeah,
but it's
let's
one of the
just take
few
'em off.
trails that are open right now.
So we'll air down. We'll take them off. We'll fill everything up with the Rivian air compressor.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I
I tried the Rivian air compressor
What'd you
this
think of
weekend.
it?
It worked a lot better than the portable one that I had.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing freaking is fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. It worked
And we'll
great.
bring our. Don't we have a sponsor for recovery rope?
We do. I don't remember what they're called.
Blue Rhino.
Who sponsored us,
Ooh,
Jordan?
Blue
Do you
Rhino?
know?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Timon handled it. And Lexi, I don't know.
And there's also a trailer hitch somewhere, I think.
Well, I bought that. But yeah.
Oh, you bought that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Not everything's sponsored around here.
That's all right.
I had to buy a trailer hitch for the Rivian this week.
Yeah, I had to get one of the adjustable ones that goes in, so that way when we have multiple
yeah,
trucks and different trailers.
Those are expensive.
Yeah,
You need to get a sponsor for that.
$400 and something for
Yeah.
that one hitch. I just was like, yep, we need it.
Yeah.
That's almost worth buying 4 of the other hitches that are
Right,
just different
yeah.
heights and keeping them in the back of the truck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't know. Too late.
Yeah.
D&E sales, they're awesome though. They hooked us up.
Nice.
They got 500,000 views on their video, over 500, I think close to 600,000
Wow.
on their Rivian towing video.
They're good too, by the way. I
Yeah.
bought. Yeah, D&H is really a good trailer sales
video
company.
has 600,000 views.
Yeah,
Jeez.
something like that. And it's just rocking too.
Shoot, I should have videoed this weekend. I should guess.
You need to video every time
You'd be
you
a
like
YouTube
do
star.
something.
You
Yeah.
get in
Like-
it, put your seatbelt on, start a camera.
Yeah. Will goes to Starbucks.
Will does not go to Starbucks.
Will does not.
Sorry.
Will's a real.
I'm a
real
Folgers man, damn it.
Yeah,
Buffalo Trace, if you're watching.
Buffalo Trace.
Yeah,
we could
Buffalo
use
Trace.
We're
those.
gonna pitch them for sponsorship.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Alyssa's gonna be on.
So
that
what kind of
first
off-roading is at your cabin? Like you said, you went out to your cabin, went off-roading. What are you just have some unpaved roads out there that are just a little rough?
Yeah, it's pretty rough. We take my wife's XC90 up there if we raise it up pretty high.
Put it up in off-road
Yeah.
mode. Yeah, that's sweet.
Oh,
But
nice.
that's about it. And then you can go out the back door and all kinds of. Kelly Flats is right around the corner.
Yep.
So, yeah, my Jeep is up at the cabin, and we go from there.
What kind of Jeep do you have?
It's a 2005 LJ, sitting on 35.
This man's jaw
Zach
dropped. To the
Wait, hold on,
floor.
hold on.
armored all the way around, limited
Is it-
edition LJ,
Is it the Rubicon LJ? The
Rubicon
05?
Sahara.
Oh, it's the
limited
Sahara.
edition. Yeah.
Okay. So LJs, if you're not aware, are the unicorn of Jeeps
Yes.
that everyone wants. There's some of the most best resale value. That LJ, how many miles?
76,000.
Under 100.
Yes.
That's probably, this is no joke, that's probably a $26,000, $27,000 car.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, all day.
yeah. Before all the accessories that are on it.
With the automatic? Mm-hmm. Oh,
I don't know a thing about Jeeps.
that's so valuable.
That's why I say we need to go to Easter Jeep Safari. That truck's been out there. That Jeep's been out there a couple
Why
of
don't
times.
you go
and-
with Will to the Jeep Safari and film an overlanding video?
Yeah, we can do that next year when it happens.
next year,
No, it's happening like now.
this evening?
Well, I mean, I can't. It's Easter weekend. It's Sunday.
Easter weekend.
I got
Shout
kid,
out, real
family.
job.
Shout out
Shout out
Jesus.
family. Shout out Jesus.
Real fab.
Yeah, no, I got Easter plans with the kid on Sunday. I got to
Yeah.
do so.
Okay.
We got to do Easter egg hunt, but I think next year we should plan that.
Next year, Easter egg hunt in
How old is your
Moab.
kid, by the way?
He's 3.
Yeah, we'll watch
Actu-
him anytime.
Actually, the best weekend at Easter Jeep Safari is the weekend before Easter.
Oh, yeah.
That's when the big trade show is. and
Yeah,
then the
that's
big
when all
rides
the
and-
fun
yeah.
stuff is. So next year we'll get out. We'll have an out of spec out
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah,
out
we
there.
need out of spec overlanding. We need to be the leader in overlanding.
Yeah.
That's all you, Zach.
Yeah.
We just got a
No
kid,
pressure.
Brandon, who sent us a video of him
That's
off-roading
right.
his e-tron.
Of an e-tron, and the kid did really good camera work.
Yeah, I mean
Like-
that's your benchmark right
Yeah,
there.
I'm like, oh shit! Like this kid, like I was watching the video. I was like, well, this is the new prodigy son. Like, this kid's coming in and he's gonna kill it because, like, yeah, shout out if you're watching, dude. Like, really good kid. Like,
Brandon freaking
yeah, you can see that.
hammered
Like, he
them.
gets back in the car and he's like out of breath, and he's like,
because he just ran to the top of a mountain to put
yeah, and he
cameras
has
up
these
the
like
top.
great camera angles of
Yeah.
like it's obviously on a tripod and and it gets these really good angles of the e-tron going up, lifting wheels and like really showcasing.
It's fun to watch
that.
the diffs work on that.
Yeah. So if
We're
we
gonna
can
get that posted tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should just go ahead and post the way it
Yeah.
is and
Yeah,
send it.
just send it.
Yeah, we need the content. And then
Yeah.
I'll have the
We got to do a video a day.
video day. This dang wind keeps holding me back. Like I want to
Use our mics. There's no such thing as wind when you use the mics.
not when you're trying to set up a pop-up camper tent.
Put it up in the
You're
garage.
an overlander. Real men go camping.
That's what I was telling
in the
Timon
wind.
when we were out there doing it. I was like, Timon, let's just set it up anyway, man. When you go camping, there's going to be wind, right?
Yeah, well, Timon's not into that.
But it was cold. It was real. Neither one of us prepared for the cold, and we were up on the mountain, and the wind was blowing like.
so you
50
went all the
miles
way
an-
up on the mountain.
We not up on the mountain. We were up on the Pooter. You know, not
Yeah.
very far.
Okay.
Like where you go film like your thumbnails and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We were up there.
I
but-
shredded the golf so hard up Pooter Canyon today.
Yeah.
I was full limit handling in
not gonna-
Nürburgring mode, coming out of corners with opposite lock, just
not gonna-
on the rev limiter, flat shifting up gears. It was awesome. I had the best morning in that thing.
those rips around the canyon that
Yeah.
we did in Vegas. I'm like, I was a little terrified in the back of the car.
Oh, I'm going to take you for a ride this week.
Dude.
That's what she said. But I'm also going to take you for a ride. Not also. Instead, I'm going to I'll take you in the Taycan and show you what a car can really do.
See, I don't know if that's fun for me. Like, I feel like, because I don't like roller coasters.
Because you're not in control.
I'm not in control. Fun fact about me, I also hate flying.
Yeah, you do hate
'cause
flying.
I'm not
What's
in
up
control.
with the flying?
I'm a big guy, small seats.
Well, let's get you first class.
And then, like, we'll see, that might change things.
Okay.
But,
so when we go to Van Expo, I really don't want to drive out there.
Yeah.
So I'll get you first class to Van Expo.
okay, on Southwest. First,
No,
premium boarding.
we don't fly Southwest around here. Okay, we are an American.
We're an
Delta,
American
and
airliners.
unfortunately, United flying staff.
I love Southwest.
How long is this
I
podcast?
hate Southwest. Why do you like Southwest? You got to stand in line and fight for your seat.
I've never had to do that.
What?
Yep.
Oh, I
Come
know
on.
what you're doing. You're doing the early bird check-in, aren't you, Burrow? You're
Nope.
getting on. You're paying the $30. You're
Nope.
getting the early bird.
How do you get a seat?
I don't know. It just always works, which always shocks
Skinny.
me because I'm like, I should not
skinny.
be
It
getting-
stresses me out.
He's
to the
skinny. That's
moon.
what it is.
Because I'm always the last. Because I hate Southwest. I never fly Southwest.
Yeah.
I'm always the last group. I'm like group 7. And I'm like
'cause you
trying to
don't check
crawl
in.
over people. Can I get your middle seat? And they look at me weird. I'm like, oh, okay, no worries. I'll go to the next one.
I always get sat next to a guy fatter than me. So like, it always happens, dude. And like, so like, my technique when I fly is I'm an aisle seat guy. So I'll grab the aisle seat first.
What?
And here's the thing: with being a bigger guy, 9 times out of 10, everyone is going to skip you. Like when they're looking at available seats, like I'll go to the next one. Because they don't want to be sharing elbow room with you. But then when it boils down to it, everything's gone, and then like there's like 3 more people. Coming on the plane, there's 4 seats available, of course. And then what does the fattest guy do? He sits right next to me because I'm usually towards the front.
Yeah.
So this guy's weighing his options. He's like, well, I could go to the back and be the last one off the plane, or I could sit next to this fat guy and get off the plane sooner. And that's what always happens. Always.
So who do you normally fly, Will?
So as we talked, I went into retirement earlier this year.
Yeah.
Number one goal for retirement:
Never fly.
private general aviation.
Hell yeah.
Buy my own plane.
So you want to should we get our license together?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
I will never fly a small plane. That terrifies me. Dude, that is like my worst nightmare. Like
What?
a 3-person plane. It's like some dude just flying.
No, I
like,
think we could get like a really cool, what's
Yeah.
the nice jet company or small
what's the plane that has a
company?
built-in parachute? I'd get on that
Oh,
one.
the Cirrus.
Yeah,
Cirrus.
I get on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah,
That's a good one.
So I would only get a Cirrus.
The back seats are a little tight, but
That's the
you'd
one that
want
has
a
the built-in parachute on the plane, right? So if
Yes.
something goes wrong, you just pull it.
Yep, my
Yeah.
friend Seneca
I'll
works
fly
for
on
Cirrus.
I'll fly on a
Okay,
Cirrus
yeah.
plane
and he can hook us up.
whenever.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's-
if you want to go halvesies on a Cirrus, I'm in.
I'd go fullsies on a Cirrus.
All right, you
If
go
if
fullsies on a
could get
Cirrus
one.
and I'll rent it from you.
The problem is you can't get them anymore. They're just
No, I know the guy.
it's just like everything else.
I know the guy.
Everybody stayed at home and said, "Oh, I'm going to buy an airplane."
Yeah, don't worry. I know a guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're in. We're in.
We're in.
Yeah,
We're
they're-
in with Cirrus.
We are never going through TSA again.
Hell yeah. This is my
Never.
kind. Denver, or we go, I guess we can fly Fort Collins.
We can fly Fort Collins. We can fly Laramie.
We'll fly,
You can park on the tarmac in Laramie if you
Oh,
want.
no, we can just fly Chrisman. We'll fly our airfield.
There you go.
Chrisman to LAX and back, baby.
Yeah.
Twice a week. That's all we
Yeah.
got to do.
I'm in.
Hammer down. I would be so dangerous in an airplane, though. This is my only
Yeah,
fear.
I wouldn't let you fly.
Yeah, this is
You'd
my
be in
only
the back
fear. Is
seat.
I'd be like, oh, let's just see what the max G we can pull in this thing, and like, let's put it in a stall. And
It's got a
would you like-
parachute. I mean,
Kyle would be like, wait, is that a canyon? Dive.
that's my only fear. Is like when I get on a motorcycle, for example. I have no motorcycle license, but I still ride them around. I probably shouldn't, but I drank too much whiskey to tell our audience that. So like, I got on Timon's motorcycle. Not too long ago.
terrifying, dude.
And things freaking rips. And I look down and I'm like on the street, no helmet, t-shirt and shorts, doing 150. And I'm like, I'm going to die. And like, same thing happened when I got on the 02, t-shirt,
But-
shorts. I'm on the track and I'm just like, 160 miles an hour.
But it's all for the audience. We love
Yeah.
you guys, and it's worth it.
I got the e-bike up to 22 miles per hour.
That's our kind of
I
guy
was
right
living.
there.
Dude, I wear a helmet with the e-bikes.
Do you really?
Yeah, dude.
Are you fucking kidding
I'm
me?
ripping around with my skateboard helmet. I'm looking at some knee pads or some elbow pads too, but I don't know. I'm Mr. Safety, dude.
I just think on a motorcycle, 104, you're just dead.
That's it.
You don't need knee pads.
That's it. It
doesn't make
That's
any
the end right there.
Helmet doesn't help.
Right. That's only going to elongate the pain.
Yeah, ugh.
But yeah, me in a plane would be kind of dangerous. But I do like your idea of flying private.
Yeah.
I feel like I could go one of two ways. I would be really analytical about flying and make sure everything's picture perfect. And I would never deviate from the flight plan.
Which you do as a normal general aviation pilot.
Right. Or we could pull a full Kyle and be like, wide open dive. What's the max speed?
It's 3:00. We're going to take off at 3:05 and head for Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has fuel in it.
Yeah, just take off.
Take off. Charge
Range test 1%. We're putting her down.
Yeah, what are you gonna do when electric aviation comes around? You know.
So a friend of mine,
Out of
Mitch, who's
spec
going to
aviation.
Yeah, so a friend of mine, Mitch, who's going to come on this podcast in a few weeks, is an electrical engineer, amazingly brilliant guy, and he's been working in the electric aviation field. And there's a runway in Ohio with a 350 kilowatt DC fast charger right on the side of it, and it's a CCS charger. So I'm like, Plaid versus Lucid Air. He's like, this helicopter versus airplane that I've never heard of.
I think we should do Plaid versus airplane. I think.
Yeah, I think plaid versus airplane.
Well, the
I think the plaid
plaid
would smoke it. Yeah.
Plaid would smoke it. Not even a good test. You'd have to go out, turn around, and come back.
What if we had like a out of spec tug of war? Like that's a part of the.
Tug of war, Frontier versus Rivian.
Yeah.
Literally, the Frontier would get split in half.
Yeah. What is 1,000 foot-pounds of torque due to a Nissan Frontier?
Holy shit! It would rip it in half.
It would be pretty bad.
Let's do it.
Asterisk.
But we
Not
have,
our
and we have a
channels.
tow rope sponsor, right?
Yeah, we
true.
do.
There you go.
Rhino something or other.
Rhino blue.
Is that who it is?
I don't know.
Oh,
I know
okay.
there's a rhino involved.
Yeah, it's green though.
Yeah. We need to get a kinetic rope. Those
That's what they gave us.
That's
They
what
gave
they
us a
are, yeah.
kinetic rope?
Yeah.
Oh, those are good.
We were on I-70 today, and they were towing a Sprinter, flat towing it.
Yep.
Yep, it's behind an F-150.
What if that'd be a funny one if we did like a gasser pulling like an electric car in full regen and
Yeah.
just see how much juice you can get out of it.
Okay, I like it. So charging test.
Charging test, like you're flat dead, your buddy's there to tell you, like you did at the Estes Park one.
Yeah.
Where y'all are up in Estes.
The
and you towed
X5 and the Model 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that we actually needed to do.
Yeah, you
like,
had
we
to
had
do it.
no other option but to tow him.
That video was not planned. Yeah.
Really? You couldn't
Yeah.
you couldn't do the downhill thing?
Nope. Yep.
It was dead.
He was dead.
Yeah, he was out. We had to tell him to wake that thing up.
Yep. Towed him to Estes.
Or he could have stayed overnight on a 110.
Yeah.
And like, who wants to do that?
Yeah, there's no chargers in Estes?
There's like a 50 kilowatt.
Yeah, so we had to get him to Estes, but we were in
Oh, okay.
like
We were-
on
we
the
were
peak
near-
to peak,
yeah,
like
we were near
halfway.
Allen's
Oh,
Park.
so you're not going downhill. You're just going.
Right. It was just kind of flat.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
we were
flat.
outside Allen's Park, and there was
Yeah.
nothing. There was a charge point that he was.
That he made it to the charge
made it
point
to the
as
charge
his
point.
backup, but the charge point was dead.
didn't work.
Typical charge point.
Yep. Well, again, you can't blame charge point. You got to blame the operators,
Yeah, because that's just
which are the dumb people who spent 10 grand on a level 2 charger.
Yeah.
Just put in 2 Clipper Creeks and give away free charging. You'll never reach what you would have paid for a charge point charger.
Right.
it's true.
Yep. Like a NEMA 1450 outlet's $50 to put in.
And depending how far you are from the electrical panel,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, like any normal person could just run the conduit themselves.
yeah.
It's not hard.
Yep.
I did not do that at my house.
Yeah, and I've
Larimer
never
County.
done that at friends' houses either. Or my house.
Yeah, my dad definitely did a pretty shoddy job doing his, but it works.
So the bolt, it's going to burn down, but it won't be the bolt's fault.
yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, we've almost hit 2 hours. So
Holy
Okay.
crap.
cut it
Oh, my.
off. Yeah, yeah.
Cut that.
Yeah.
Cut that.
But
The way
yeah.
it should be.
Yep, proper. Good, fun conversation. Thanks
Yeah.
everyone for joining. Thank you, Will and Zach.
Oh, my pleasure.
And yeah, we'll see you all in the next one very soon.
See ya.